Allow the two children to handle the budget every year. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo to dodo. Mayegun la wa mo to dodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Mayegun Live. Happy Easter to all of you who are celebrating that today. In case if you are probably going to be watching this in replay, just because you are busy now, right? But anyway, happy Easter to every one of us. Thank you. Read the caption of this broadcast, share it, read the description of the broadcast as well, then like it, like the broadcast. Tell everyone who needs to be here and tell them that Mayegun today. There is wahala in hell. Just less than a year after El-Rufai, the Kaduna little fingers, handed over to his own supposed partner in crime, Sani the clown, shared the broadcast.
And yes, right. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹn.
And to everybody watching on YouTube, you probably may notice some new changes right there, especially in the comment section, okay? So I will advise, please don't spam the comment section, all right? Most of your comments will be removed. For example, if you are repeating the same message and resending that again and again, just so you remember. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry about that. Mind you, I have figured out how we will take care of the background music, the background sound on this platform. So very soon, I'm going to roll that out. So we won't have to worry much anymore about that. Good morning to you once again, and good afternoon to you, and then good evening to you as well. From wherever you are watching us from, it is Mayegun Live. And if you have actually shared the broadcast, I want to say a personal thank you to you if you have. And if you haven't, please do. Okay? So we are going to start from the Rokus that is coming from Kaduna. And the reason why we have to put this on record, like every other happenings, is because Nigerians are mostly suffering from Stockholm syndrome or selective amnesia, where they can pretend not to remember something because they choose not to. When the same criminals recycle themselves and present themselves as a solution to their problems, the same problems they created. So this platform is there to keep the record as much as possible and make it as a reference point for the future conversations too. That is why. So majority of us who know and knew and still knows who Nasiru El-Rufai is, we will continue to keep the expose as, you know, as they come, we keep them, you know, out there for you. You see, there are people who believe that the insecurity that has befallen Nigeria for years now, especially in the last 9 years. People who have evidence have shown to us that when you begin to trace all of this act of terror and their sponsor, there is actually a guy called El-Rufai, who is a chief you know, terror sympathizer, and not just in words, in cash. He publicly bragged about it. And ladies and gentlemen, if a lot of you have no idea what or how the criminals in Nigeria have made use of media as a tool of propaganda for years now, if you still have no clue how it works, well, I am not sorry for you, okay? You are prone to be duped again by these crooks, all right? El-Rufai paid well, especially the propagandas who are like his own vuvuzelas. They presented Kaduna State as a place where, oh my God, have you been to Kaduna? Have you seen what El-Rufai is doing in Kaduna? Oh, have you? Oh my God, somebody like El-Rufai in Kaduna should be the president of this country. Do you know what El-Rufai was doing? He was paying well. And that is why you will see Igbos, Yorubas among as actually the top media propagandists for El-Rufai. While Kaduna was burning, these paid acts, these paid, you know, vuvuzelas, political jobbers, they presented El-Rufai. In fact, they wanted you to believe that If people are just trying to spoil the image of El-Rufai, go to Kaduna and see blah, 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 blah. What they didn't tell you then was that under El-Rufai, in a contraption called Nigeria, El-Rufai did not hide his total bigotry and religious intolerance as well. Almost story long ago, to the point that the regions where they consider as the Christian part of the state, southern Kaduna, they kissed development, complete goodbye. Because, instead of them asking for development, they were asking to stay alive, to be alive when the terrorists of El-Rufai and their gang were slaughtering them and sending them out of their homes. He categorically told them that, forget it. And for 8 years, there was no single government development initiated and completed by El-Rufai. But he borrowed money. He actually took loan on behalf of the entire state. And when he was taking the loans, you see this Sani governor there now was a senator. In fact, he was very much instrumental to facilitating all the loans that El-Rufai took. Now, Sani was told, they said, Kaduna State IGR improved from 13 billion naira since El-Rufai took over. He turned Kaduna where terrorism don't finish you, but their propagandists were making everybody, some of the mugus there, believe that it's only because you don't like El-Rufai. Do you know what he is doing? Go and see all the roads. El-Rufai was painting road with charcoal and drawing on the road. Majority of the roads are no longer motorable, just to start with that. But he told them he was taking loans so as to build infrastructures that will then improve IGR and make Kaduna a business destination for people. While Kaduna was the heart of the terror in Nigeria, southern Kaduna is actually the heart of the terrorism that enveloped Nigeria under APC, Egbekebe. And guess who was behind it? El-Rufai of Kaduna. But he was trying so much to make this media presence of, oh, don't think about terrorism. When you think about Kaduna, don't think about terrorism. That one is just little problem. It's not even an issue. Come and see development. They were organizing different seminars, symposiums. They were launching books and blah blah blah. Whenever El-Rufai just took loan, he will call his Lagos sellers, Lagos boys. They will call them and say, "He don't land." So you see that your project that you said you are a tech bro, Abi. So you needed how much? You needed $1 million seed. Okay, what happened is this: we will give you the El-Rufai will give you the money. Okay, but one thing is you are going to say it is a ghost investor. Okay, and go and look at some of those who call themselves tech boys or tech guys who are now in APC, Egbekebe. Go and look at all of them and their link to El-Rufai in the last 7 years alone. You will see the true picture. Kaduna was bleeding. Kaduna was burning and dying. Guess what? El-Rufai and his gang, they were taking loans and taking money. And the propaganda machine said, under El-Rufai, the Kaduna IGR has improved from 13 billion in 2015 to 63 billion a year now. You know, say there's something with me I don't learn. You see, if you dey lie, you will need more. You need a lot of other lies to cover a lie. If you lie about something now, you need another lie to cover. If, for example, if you lie one lie now, for this lie to survive, you need another 2 lies to cover this. Now, for those 2 lies to survive, you need 4 lies. So you have to continue to lie and change the book, forge the book, change them. No. At the end of the day, your situation is going to be like that boy that went to the farm with his father. Okay? And as they started walking, he shouted, Papa, 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 I have found a snail. And his father told him, oh, lucky you, keep it. We will use it to pray pray to your creator when we get home in the evening. Say, okay, Papa. He was walking again. Papa, Papa, I found another snail. This one is even bigger. That means your creator is at peace with you. So keep the snail. When we get home, we will use it to pray, to pray for your creator. Again, Papa, Papa, I found a bigger snail. This one is even bigger. His father said, this must be the year that your creator is indeed interested in you. Keep that biggest snail. We will use it to appease your creator when we get home. Now, when they got home, all the day work and everything, when they got home, the father now said, Nasiru, come here. Bring those snails you found on the farm today before I kind of retire to bed. Bring them so that I can bless you and we can also appease your creator for being good to you and also for good fortune. And you know one thing, the boy came out and he started laughing and he said, Papa, I was only joking, oh. I didn't see any snail, oh. I did not actually find any snail, oh. I was really trying to deceive you. The papa looked back, not disappointed, not moved. And he looked at him and he said, no, you didn't deceive me. It's unfortunate, okay, that you've deceived your own creator. That's exactly the situation with Nigerian politicians. They love to throw numbers around, but they never really match. But whenever they are in charge, they can cover it up. Cover here, cover there, lie here, lie there, and all of that. Bring out some fake documents. But when you begin to dig, you will easily see the lies right there on your face. So when El-Rufai was doing all of this, it didn't improve the living standard of the people of Kaduna. No. He did not invest in education in Kaduna to say, oh yeah, he invested in education across the state. And listen to me, for everything that El-Rufai said he did in Kaduna with Kaduna's money, he did them in northern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna is a no-no. No road, no school, no hospitals, no this, no that, no joke. Okay? So the point that when this guy came, this Sani guy, he decided to mend fences. El-Rufai dared them in southern Kaduna. He said, you guys are infidels, because that's how we see them. He is a rotten fanatic. But when you see those around him he is giving money to, majority of them, they go from Lagos to Kaduna, or they fly from New York, or fly from London to Kaduna. El-Rufai will take Kaduna's money, change them to pound sterling, fly to Oxford in the UK, go and donate the money to the school, so that they can say there is something called El-Rufai's leadership symposium, leadership something like that. So they use this money to buy those public will. So, but when you begin to dig deeper, they will say, more. That's how propaganda works. Okay? But when you begin to look at those who they are giving this money to, they're actually peanut. Okay? So, Southern Kaduna is a no-no for 8 years. To the point that when El-Rufai was to go for second term, he dared them. He picked the Muslim tickets. He dared them in Southern Kaduna. He said, oh yeah, come and prove it to us that we are of the same in these states. Like he dared them. He rigged himself, of course, and he got back in. And the loan, the exorbitant loan was. So they were lying to people. They said the loans were just for 25 years. Okay, you will be saying you go spend 8 years in office. You are taking loans of 25 years, 45 years loan. and you lie to them that it is a yearly interest of 1.5% interest. Lies. He lied to them that just for a few years, for the first 10 years, after that, it's going to be 3.9%. Lies. Because it's Paddy that helped him facilitate the debt. Is now the governor. That one to no win election. APC, Egbekebe lost in Kaduna. They lost presidential. They lost governorship. But as usual, one of those that Mumudu Yakubu helped save his ass by putting his own stooge in charge, hoping that he will cover his ass and he can continue to roam about as elder statesman, El-Rufai, murderer, a terrorist. Sure you get? But it didn't last long because somehow, they said behind the scene, like everybody who got political appointment, don't even call it political elective positions, okay? So as they were all selected to hold the positions, right? They were done to be loyal to El-Rufai. So immediately before this Sani became governor, right? He is expected to be loyal to him and cover his ass. Don't say anything. Don't see anything. Just continue to tell people that El-Rufai improved Kaduna's finances. Now Kaduna have so much more money from IGR. Money we no did here. This Sani guy helped El-Rufai to facilitate over $400 million foreign loan. This Sani alone. This Sani helped El-Rufai to facilitate over 80 billion naira loan. That is the local debt. The problem now is because of this debt, you don't know if he pays salary. Immediately, Sani came out and said, he know if he pays salary. Because even El-Rufai told the press last year that his own successor, Sani, is coming in to meet Bese. But he should not worry. El-Rufai invested the money well. That Sani no go get problem. Problem be say, Sani don't get problem now. As they are lying to people this while, I wouldn't be surprised if part of say Kaduna no get money and the terrorists needed ransom and the terrorists cannot be named because and this ransom paid to them cannot be named or disclosed. Kaduna is broke because El-Rufai stole all the money, run them aground to the point that they have federal allocation, which is meant to have doubled because of subsidy money they said they removed. Doubled. Still, with the IGR of El-Rufai, they cannot pay salary, and that has now caused problems. Who is trying to tarnish El-Rufai's image? His son has gone mad. And at a town hall meeting, town hall is different from Bulaba, kind of. That was where the Bala Blue got released. I want you to hear from him, okay? It's not that he's complaining, but he's just telling people that, listen, all this money that El-Rufai promised, I don't see anything. No. Now, the El-Rufai camp have now come out to say, you, Sani, the allocation where you collect now from Abuja has doubled. You personally have taken over $100 million loan in less than 1 year already. So what do you mean by you can't pay salary? Baba, here.
Despite the huge body of about $587 million, 85 billion naira, and 115 contractual liability sadly inherited from the previous administration, we remain resolute in steering Kaduna State towards progress, sustainable development. We have conducted a thorough assessment of our situation and are sharpening our focus accordingly. It gladdens my heart to inform you that despite the huge inherited debt on the state, till date, we have not borrowed a single kobo. The key priority areas of our government include safety and security, housing, education, healthcare, support for micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are also prioritizing inclusive development by investing in human capital, stimulating the economy, and providing affordable houses, as well as support for our farmers, particularly smallholder farmers. Let me briefly highlight some of our ongoing initiatives for 2024. Safety and security. One of the primary responsibilities of any government is the security of lives and properties of its citizens. In Kaduna State, we have made a lot of progress in improving our security as follows. Revamping of Kaduna State Vigilance Services. We've recruited about 7,000 additional personnel of cadres. We have equipped them. We also purchased about 100 Hilux vehicles that will distribute to core security agencies here in Kaduna State. We have performed groundbreakings and mobilized contractors to site for the following roads. Number one, 22.5 kilometer road from Gontutu Kiban to Godogodo with 2 bridges. 2, we have done groundbreaking of 35 kilometer road from Gadangayan to Gwaraji to Kwejama Junction with 1 major bridge linking Igabi and Chukul local governments. 3, we have done groundbreaking, and all this groundbreaking I'm mentioning, the work are ongoing as we're speaking, and the job or the project is going according to plans. We also tasked our agency Kadeda to upscale the number of SMEs in Kaduna State. And because of that, we leveraged on that, and we distributed about 4.2 billion naira in cash grants, fertilizer, inputs and implements to smallholder farmers, persons with disability, and IDPs last week. We released grants and credits to over 7,000 SMEs in Kaduna State. As we are speaking, more SMEs are receiving grants from Kaduna State. We have also increased the number of micro, small, and medium enterprises in Kaduna State from the 2,000 we inherited to over 10,000 as we are speaking today. Only last week, we've also released additional 3.3 billion naira to pension for pension and gratuity. And we've also come up with a policy of supporting our civil servants. That is the reason why we also have started the distribution of about 500 million revolving loan scheme to civil servants in Kaduna State. We budgeted 22.54 billion of our 2024 budget to the agri sector in Kaduna State. This is the highest in the history of Kaduna State. In order to support farmers and those in agri value chain, we have the following initiative currently ongoing, while others are about to commence. Empowerment of 5,091 smallholder farmers with input mechanism.
That's enough. You really don't want to sit down and be listening to what do you call it, is budget and all other things there, because majority of what he's saying probably lies. Okay, but the issue tonight is El-Rufai. Why is El-Rufai and the people around him upset? Or why did Sani choose that town hall to be honest with the people, or to restate what they already knew? Because it was in the media just before Sani, immediately after El-Rufai left or handed over to Sani. So it was this Sani that was in charge of the kidnapped children a few days ago. And from what we have heard before now, not that it really matter, okay? But it's just that in the scheme of things, all right, they are going to matter, okay? The journey started from what we gathered. The journey started from when this guy became governor. And he realized that it was like a trap, a job to give to you. You are supposed to be like, oh yeah, like he realized that the whole thing was like a trap. Maybe not a trap, but like it was pretty much like they hid a lot from him, to the point that he started asking questions, and they did not want him to ask questions. So some now said that, you see that rejection of El-Rufai as a minister in Abuja, they said it was one first case move made by Sani. Now, I don't want you to sort of take this hook, line, and sinker, okay? It's just a theory. We do not have evidence, okay? Or you can piece all this together, and you are likely going to arrive at a near right conclusion. And I'll tell you, I'll show you how. According to Bello, El-Rufai's son, the one that gave mental problem, that one like that. So he came out and he said, immediately Sani made mention of the problem he's been encountering as the governor of the state due to financial burden or indebtedness left by left by El-Rufai. His son, Bello, just took on Sani straight on social media. I'm talking about like Basbos for him. He started attacking and abusing him. You this ungrateful, that. It was not your fault. You are trying to tarnish the image of my father. Why are you throwing tantrums? Your father said he was leaving behind $570-something million debt and over 80 billion naira debt. And this guy just kind of mentioned that in his speech, and boom. So he now said, that Bello now said, how many days do you even spend in Kaduna? That before you became governor, you were always in Kaduna, you were always in Abuja, sleeping in Abuja. You became governor, you only visit Kaduna. You can't protect Kaduna. You want to, because you are now failing. You now want to come and use my father, my greatest, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He stays in Kaduna. He stays in Abuja more than Kaduna. That's point one. Okay. The second point is that this young boy also accused the Sani guy, Bello, El-Rufai's son, accused Sani, the current clown, who is the governor, the Stooge, supposed Stooge to El-Rufai. So Bello accused him of he has been working against the interest of his father. And they know that this is not the first time he is doing everything to undermine his father. But his father will come out, blah, 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 blah. So that was the second point, to say, what about the rumor when they said that it was actually this Sani, not thiefnubu? It was this Sani because he was an immediate senator from Kaduna. So it was this Sani that actually ensured that the Nigerian Senate dropped El-Rufai from becoming a minister. And they said, somehow, this has been their own behind the scene, any chance they see to slaughter themselves, that they will do it politically. So when El-Rufai, from what we have also heard, you know that El-Rufai, like, is been giving free money to some of those who call themselves tech boys and all that. Some of them will be sellers like that from Lagos. They'll be arguing with you from Southern Kaduna, complaining about the El-Rufai's dictatorship and criminality and terrorism. Somebody with the Lagos could argue with you. And they will be telling you that you are not in Kaduna, you are just enemy of progress. You are just this or that. There were actually people paid that way, okay, to tell those from Southern Kaduna that they are not from Kaduna. This El-Rufai. You get that now? So, from what we have gathered, they said this Uba Sanni guy sort of made the first chess move by ensuring that the moment El-Rufai is rejected by the Senate, according to what we heard, though, they said even thiefnubu was shocked that he was rejected. But by the time he figured it out, they were now saying, okay, they should send his name back. Remember, they were saying they should send him back, send his name back again for. So that was when El-Rufai's ego kicked in. Meanwhile, like I said, apart from giving money to some of these social media people sellers, telling you about Kaduna that they've never visited or been to, all right? El-Rufai has been funding some political parties too. Yeah, as APC, all right, as a governor, is a very good friend with some of these other smaller parties, they call them, like SDP. So if you, who believes that Nigeria can be changed, we need to change this country and we need to join hands and blah, 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 or you just want to go enter the net of these rogues. After APC, PDP, all other political parties in Nigeria are either already taken over by these criminals and their own, what do you call them again? Their proxies. Those political parties and those who are running them, they are being funded by different state governors who are PDP, APC governors. So they do that so that they can use it as a leverage, all right? Especially if they have ambition for any higher office. They can also use it as a leverage where they can use these smaller parties, like they are going to join these smaller parties to intimidate their own major, crooked parties, which is the PDP or APC. They do that too. In case if you don't know. That is why when you say, if anybody tells you that, go and join all these smaller parties, they are telling you to go and recruit and, they are telling you to go and sign up under the branches of PDP, APC. So we had to fight tooth and nail for him not to be kicked out of his own political party. Political party where she already started from scratch. They still spend so much money to try and take it over and run it down. Run Showore out of town. Labour Party is a cash and carry, sort of a transit political party. If you know if you make camp for PDP, APC, if you feel pay well, you become a candidate of Labour Party. Or any of them too. It is how it is run until when obedient jam them. Obedient can't jam and can't realize say or more. Everywhere in a cesspool of corruption, there is no real difference anywhere. It's because the system is kind of wired that way. Don't join their political party. Don't register to vote in their elections. If you do any of this, you are playing by the rules of the criminals who are destroying Nigeria. And that's how they work. So El-Rufai is reported to be a very, very generous to the supposed those who are running SDP. And it is not just SDP. Well, I am talking about SDP because El-Rufai has shown publicly, he has shown his association with the guys in SDP. And from what we heard, they said Uba Sanni has been issued quit notice. This is only the first time you are going to do. If you are coming for me, I will begin to actually groom the set of people that will take over from you. He's already going off what El-Rufai was doing for 8 years. This guy now started going into the southern Kaduna. He's now meeting with them. He's now looking into all of the things denied them by El-Rufai. And that is pretty much like a betrayal. So the drama you are currently seeing and witnessing from Kaduna could snowball, can still snowball into something else, okay? But it is not for the now. It is their own power play for the, because as we are hearing now, El-Rufai will not leave APC. Don't let anybody tell you he's going to leave. No. They know how they do that, okay? The point is, El-Rufai is not really jumping to be president. That's another decoy. I know a lot of you who are already telling yourself that El-Rufai is aligning the North, is bringing all these guys together since they believe that thiefnubu has failed them and is not even dying yet. Since thiefnubu is not dying, so they will need the power back in 2027 or something like that. No. The guy is trying to save his ass before he will get roasted. And Uba Sanni, just like Werey Wike and Fubara, they are about to go down the road. Some of the roads that will help you further escalate the situation in that contraption. And you know me, even if you don't like my face, I've told you, the breakdown and the breakup of that contraption will be done by the criminals that you think nobody can defeat, nobody can fight, nobody can blah, 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 you've been telling yourselves. Once they begin to tear themselves, right? And one of these days, everything will accumulate and prove. There's something called, Igbo phobia. I want to talk about that again tonight. And I want to talk about it because I know there are Igbos who live in denial of this. I am a Yoruba man, and I'm not trying to patronize you. You do not need my patronage. Okay? The reason why you have to know that, number one, acknowledging the fact that there is actually Igbo phobia in Nigeria, okay, is one very big way of ending Igbo phobia and any ethnic sort of bias, phobia of any kind. In Nigeria, you have a systemic phobia for the Igbos. And sometimes people say the Igbos love to play victims. And those who say this are mostly those who believes that it is actually all right to be, I don't want to say race, to be ethnically bigoted to the Igbos. And I am not saying that there are no bigot Igbos, so don't get me wrong, okay? But I am talking about some unprovoked sort of a bigotry that I have seen. And it seems so kind of natural, right? All right, don't let me confuse you further, okay? I'll tell you what. I personally know about Igbo phobia in Nigeria. And that is, if there is anything wrong, if you kind of believe that there's something wrong with Nigeria, okay, and somehow you are not comfortable mentioning the characters behind that what is wrong with Nigeria, well, you shouldn't stress yourself. Just look around and look for, or just blame the Igbos. Okay? You see, this kind of a bigotry continues to justify the reason why a lot of us have come to that agreement too, that except we are cutting genocide in Nigeria, genocide is, like I've said it before, is genocide can happen between the people that naturally they cannot wait to slaughter themselves if the chance presents itself. All right? And worst thing about Igbo phobia is that it is also systemic. And because it is systemic, that then make it look like those who are bigots, all right, ethnic bigot. That is why they do not see it as bigotry. I'll tell you something. I think it was yesterday. Let's start with that before others, okay? So it was yesterday. The earpiece, a private airliner from Nigeria, broke into the UK market as the first indigenous carrier, okay? That would be a major carrier to London. And that is huge, okay? What that simply means is that for those who are actually like, flyers, travelers, you will never have to have any stopover anywhere. Not only that you have access to cheap airfares, cheap fares, cheap ticket prices. You are also never going to be, for any reason, be treated, badly, like people have experienced in the past, right? But the one major important thing is that it is also a major forex earner. At the same time, another product, an export from Nigeria that can actually help you strengthen your naira. No joke. Your airpiece can be like BA, British Airways, Ethiopian Airways or airlines, Egypt, all those airlines, right? But all those ones, the difference is that British Airways, even though it is a private company, right, is sort of associated with the British government and British. Okay? So same with when you see Kenya Airlines or Kenya Airways, you realize that it's flying the flag of Kenya, but it is not government owned, it's private. When Nigeria, under this APC, Ebekebe, decided to spend over 87 billion naira to give Nigeria a supposed national carrier, they couldn't. In fact, Adisirika under Bokwari went to Ethiopia. He went to Ethiopia to go and bring Ethiopia Airline Abiy Airways for them to put on sticker that says here Nigeria. Borrowed the plane and flew it to Nigeria. And they made Nigerians to come and clap for a borrowed flight show. So Adisirika and the rest of all these criminals, they are working free. But an Igbo man has given Nigeria a supposed national carrier. And when everyone was like, yeah, oh yeah, then the next thing, these Olori Buruku Agbadorians, Omo Ali, Omo Ironkirons, the ones we call the bastards, those who are destroying and spoiling this Yoruba name, spoiling the Yoruba image, doing all these horrible things, just to keep giving the Yorubas a bad name and image for a drug dealer. So they jumped at it. The criminals who are telling you that Bokwari will succeed in giving them here Nigeria, the criminals who told you APC, Egbekegbe, will bring back here Nigeria national carrier, the criminals, the bunch of humbled slaves or voluntary slaves who couldn't say anything. When the rogues who took their money gave them a logo from Bahrain, $420,000 design logo from Bahrain by these criminals, they were not upset. But they became upset when they saw Isiagu on the earpiece hostess as well as the guy himself, Oyema, Allen. Allen Oyema, who happened to be an Igbo man, has been of great, can I say, blessing to Nigeria that doesn't give a fuck about him, by the way, right? This guy has been like giving out his own aircraft to evacuate Nigerians who are different troubled zones all over the world, free of charge. Yeah, maybe not free, okay? Yeah, like some logistics will be paid for, but I'm talking about where Nigeria and Nigerians were at troubled zones, troubled places all over the world. It's always been like that. Egypt, Libya, China, India, where in the recent one, yeah, Ukraine, it was there, Niger, and all these places. But like other Igbos who always believe that they have a lot to prove to Nigeria. You know, I keep telling you that if all of us want to be honest, the Biafrans that are saying they want to leave, they want to leave, they want to leave. Honestly speaking, Nigeria should just let them go. Why? Because, you know, it is only the Igbos, by a factual evidence, it is only the Igbos that have proven and shown all the tendencies by their actions, not just what they say, by their actions, that they are the true people. If Nigeria was a country, they were the true Nigerians. Or should we say, they are the people who actually believe in Nigeria. Despite their history, the genocide, the whole thing, right? After the whole genocide, you will see Igbos everywhere, building, buying, investing, building, buying, investing, and everywhere, I mean, everywhere. A Yoruba man will be very careful. An Hausa man will be very careful. An average northerner will be very careful before they take all their investments away from their own regions. The Igbos are those who believe, in my own opinion, by their actions. They are those that will leave Nnewi and go on and build a factory in Kano. They are the ones that will leave Aba and go and start building gigantic multi-billion-dollar business in Lagos. Igbos are the only people you will see that you sometimes feel like, are you crazy? That they will leave Onitsha and go straight to Abuja and buy tens, like hundreds of hectares of land that they want to construct multi-billion-dollar worth of things. Because to them, you know, you'll be thinking and say, do they believe that Nigeria is going to exist forever? And yet they are the most vilified, profiled, and the most hated. That's why we have the word Igbo phobia. So if you're an Igbo man, I don't have any problem with you if you believe in one Nigeria. But the point is this: despite all this belief, despite all these sacrifices, despite all this investment, apart from those of you, I'm even like, listen to this, because in all honesty, right, in the world of Nigeria today, the Igbos who are elite, who are up there, when you see the Igbos who are like, top like that, they do not belong to this kind of a profiling. They do not suffer any of this systemic profiling or Igbophobia. No. As long as they continue to maintain where they put them. Obi happened to be one of them, okay? But the moment he started feeling like the poor Nigerians deserves better, they decided to show him his place. Because here, we know they get sympathy or empathy. And that is why where you see all of them doing all of this, you will still see the Igbos there. You will see Igbo governors. You will see Igbo ministers, ex-ministers, Igbo ambassadors, Igbo businessmen and women, Igbo contractors, all of them still part of that system. And they watch. The point I'm trying to make here is this, right? As an Igbo person, right, who are somehow, you are doing your own bit. you do not believe that Nigeria should break, or why? In fact, you deny all of this, what do you call it, state-sponsored profiling, because to you, by denying it, you can pretend that it is not happening. Since you can pretend that it's not happening, then maybe it's not happening. You can start believing it. But you do know it's happening, okay? So, let's say you as an Igbo person who has all your business everywhere and there, right? And it's because you believe that Nigeria cannot break. Since you believe Nigeria cannot break, why won't you have your business everywhere? Until you will realize that there are those that just don't like you. They have no reason not to like you. But there has been an inherent generational sort of phobia that some of them can explain to you. See, if an Igbo, like Obina, right? If an Igbo is by any means is the symbol of any struggle, there is this generational phobia that there are Yorubas, there are Fulanis, there are Northerners, there are Middle Beltans, even there are Niger Deltans. That the men they see that it is with an Igbo man, suddenly, their PTSD, their bigoted PTSD will kick in. They have to be very careful, or they have to do everything to shut it down. So you as an Igbo man watching me, who tell yourself all the time, all these things are just, that means you are living in denial, okay? It's all right. Yesterday, I started hearing people say, maybe this earpiece is supposed to be the national carrier. How come they are wearing Isiagu? See all these Igbo people, they are supposed to represent Nigeria. They are now representing themselves. So I am talking about those who praised Adisirika. Those who said Adisirika, the Fulani criminal, aviation minister, who spent 87 billion naira to give people of Nigeria ordinary logo as national carrier. And the Olori Brukus were everywhere, telling those who were telling them this was a scam. They were telling us then that we were the enemies of Nigeria. Now I started saying that. Now I wouldn't probably like bother, but it is because these Olori Brukus, they are bearing Yoruba names. And everybody who is responding will be like, what is wrong with all these Yorubas? All these Yorubas are like a bigot. All these Yorubas are this and that. And you calling Yoruba bigots, you have seen Yorubas who have rejected these bastards, these Omo that would rather sell off their birthright, or should I say that have sold off their birthright for crumbs from criminal politicians who don't give a damn about them. They are everywhere, spreading the bigot, trying to kind of establish what can get to physical parts, Igbo versus Yoruba, this and that. But these criminals don't really, these lunatics don't represent anything Yoruba. They are APC, Ebekebe supporters, right? So then they started saying, they thought, we thought this is a national carrier. Since it is not national carrier, I just wish that they will burn down all the planes. All these Igbo people, they will be doing like, say, yeah, they are everything. They will be doing like they are better than other people. Look at this one now. Well, what is this? We know that these people are for their Biafra. These people are for Biafra. They are not supporting Nigeria at all. So we should burn all their businesses. Burn the plane. Egbami now. Egbami care. And I'm talking about engagement on social media. These Olori Brukus are bearing Yoruba names, APC, thiefnubu, all these Agberos. And I'm just like, oh God, you don't want to be buried by anything, for God's sake, man. These are people that ordinarily they don't get any money to enter any local flight in Nigeria. These are, I mean, this like the paupers, the most impoverished of them. These crumb eaters, ass lickers. But these are children that were not raised with love. I am raised with love. A lot of us were raised with love. Oh. Trust me, oh. We were raised with love. We were raised with care, compassion, empathy. Okay? And there is no way anybody raised well will be walking about with so much hate. They hate us. They hate us. I do not believe any Igbo hates me. Why would you even hate me? Because I'm a Yoruba. If there is nobody, if you are not raised from broken homes, if you are not raised from homes that, and we also have homes we no get love for Yoruba land, human tragedy. Eh? We were not raised. No, I'm saying some of us were raised though. Abib, where do you think I learned mine from? Knowing that if all these things that are happening to other people, before they happen to me, I have to speak out. So that maybe by speaking out, I will not only be saving the lives of somebody like myself, I will save the lives of others too by just speaking out. I do not have to be a victim before I speak out. I do not have to be kidnapped. I could sit down here and just imagine what it is like to lose your freedom to kidnappers that are. I could sit down here and tell and even share the stories of people who have passed through the trauma and relive it by giving it a life to say to you, if we don't stop these criminals, we are likely going to be the next victims too. I was raised with love. Some of us were raised with love. A lot of us were raised with love. Okay? There are those that will tell you that they never knew that Nigeria did all of this to the Igbos. In fact, they didn't know that Nigeria is actually doing a lot of, ethnic profiling in Nigeria. And APC, Egbekegbe, is promoting Igbophobia. Everything they do, everything they say is about this Igbo, you this Igbo people, you this IPOB, you this or that. But a lot of you are not paying attention. It is APC-sponsored bigotry. And most of them are people that were raised without love. These are people that normally, they have no respect for women. They have no respect for family. They have no respect for hard work. They have no respect for honesty. They have no respect for morality. These are people that you can say anything goes. Children of perdition. We have them in Yoruba land. You have them in Igbo land. Just like you have them everywhere. But you see these ones who are now, these are people that were not raised with love. These are guys who are bearing Yoruba names, but these are children of perdition. Hatred is nothing that anybody should be, Bigotry has now become a championship. If Nigeria cannot give you a national carrier, thiefnubu has about 3 private jets, 2 Gulfstreams. These are senior private jets. He has his own private jet. Few of their own clan and crew there. If all of them gather their plane, they can actually start a national carrier for Nigeria. And they'll put the Nigeria logo on it, and you can begin to wear green, white, green. You do not have to sort of wish to destroy or burn something that you can never have. I mean, come on. Who would ever think like that? And mind you, this same earpiece is an airline that out of their 9 senior employees, 5 of them are from Yoruba land. But this Olori Brukwomo Alijati Jati, APC, Ebekebe, ass lickers. They would rather want the business destroyed because they are not wearing green, white, green to show that they are Nigeria and representing Nigeria. How come they are showing that they are Igbos representing Nigeria? And when they say make them break up the shithole, a lot of you started having depression, anxiety. Here is another Igbo man that is now that has fallen under the state-sponsored profiling. Igbo phobia from another supposed Obi poor man. Obi poor man did it so to an Igbo man. Surprise? Werey Wike in action in Abuja. This report from the AIT, I want you to hear it.
A developer of a multi-billion naira property near Asokoro has called on President Bola Tinubu's intervention following its demolition by the FCT administration. The property, which sits on a 214-hectare plot, was said to have been pulled down without any order of revocation issued by the authorities of the FCT. It marks the first major demolition by the Nyesom Wike administration.
On Wednesday morning, scores of armed security operatives, including soldiers, policemen, and civil defense, surround the 214-hectare property near Sokoro, where multiple luxury duplexes are being developed. After about 6 hours, the buildings, some of which had got to lintel level, and the fence are all pulled down and left in a heap of rubble. The property is owned by one of the foremost private developers in Abuja, Kaduna Limited, led by Linus and Nicholas Ukachukwu. Ukachukwu claims the demolition was done in bad faith.
We can call for a meeting over the land. We went with our documents. After I see what we have with our lawyer and the other people's other sunrise, which they get part of that land. And we can say that there is nothing on this, that the court should take effect after going around the land. His normal ways of behavior. He started shouting, how would they take all this land and give to Igbo man?
According to him, all the legal titles to the property had been obtained, including 2 ministerial approvals, the latest from the erstwhile FCT Minister Bello Muhammad.
He went through all due process, including ministerial approval. We have full final title, certificate, and offer.
A certificate of occupancy?
Yes, offer to certificate of occupancy.
Most alarming, according to him, is that there was no order revoking his rights to the property before the demolition took place.
As I'm talking to you now, we are not receiving any documents. All these things, it's only what we saw, the demolition. The title has not been revoked. We are not been served.
Ukachukwu also insists the action of the minister of the FCT runs contrary to 2 pending court orders restraining any action by the FCT on the plot of land.
2 separate courts issued different court order restraining him from tampering or doing anything in those property. But all of a sudden today, we can move all the caterpillars in Abuja and went and started pulling those properties that we have invested billions into down.
He wants President Tinubu to wade into the matter to protect the rights of genuine investors.
Forget it. President Tinubu wade into the matter. The land where they go collect from you, give half of it to thiefnubu, and then they will share the rest. Because it's surprised. How could you have over 200 acres of land in Abuja? Imagine that. You know, still amo. You know, still land, bought land before Werey Wike will become a minister. Then Werey Wike became a minister, and he's surprised that Igbo man has over 200 acres of land in Abuja. How? No, he must have used some leg and all of that. That's it. It's going to be taken away from him. They will disobey their court. They will disobey every other thing. They will change the name of the ownership, the landowner, and all of that. That's it. And he would have to fight that and fight that and fight and fight until they will now say they should go and compensate him. In my life, I have, see guys, ignore the stream lab that is dropping comments in the comment section, okay? Especially on YouTube. It is a bot, okay? It's a built kind of a robot, all right? So it is meant here to help us guide against spamming. Well, he didn't, I mean, the robot didn't know that a lot of you are always going to be doing back and forth, okay? But yeah, don't worry. It will stop. I'll fix that some other time, okay? So in my life, I have never actually seen where armed robbers after robbing travelers, and decided to set the luxury bus ablaze. And this happened on Good Friday. What is today? Today is a Sunday, Easter Sunday. Now, this was a few days ago, Good Friday. They said that the armed robbers, well, they were stopped by armed robbers, only for the armed robbers to turn out to be bandits around the Jebu area. So I'll show you the travelers who survived the robbery and what they had to say. They burned everything inside the vehicle, including all of their goods. Wait, is this also sort of an ethnic, kind of induced bigotry, or ethnic bigotry induced arson? I'll show you.
Motum jalista motifes na chamber night and dolida in Jabu de my tate. Sichayin in Anguru, Chichichan, Momoto, Brian by the moto, Loco di moto, Tia moto, but thank God, on Moronyobona, Morono, on Moronyobona, lost resource. Only thing we lost all that we are traveling with and lost our belongings. But I thank God today that nobody also injury can on most thing. But in doing drying good self. Doing drying. So no do I be a drying. We thank God don't motivate Sanja list here. Tatabu Friday night I am barono. Friday night. Yes. Which is trying to try ourselves more dear than any kind. Wait for it. Yeah. On the Kaira Chana moto. The 14 passengers will be sorry. When they Jumma body chow, when they Jumma booty chow, when the body stroke on. Yeah, ni never sending us in the moto. I ain't changing it stranded. Stranded, I broke on Koberia. Stranded, I broke on Koberia. Stranded. Yeah, ni never this so name the travel. I ain't changing it here. The good men. And was our baggage well nice travel. And then I nesta. Then I nesta. Jeff and they can finish well, sir. Yeah, he never sent them a small motor. Yeah, ni no se aba. Nenu mas, nene creo mas na nesta, né? Yeah. A brief face. If national conduct na plan, I don't know. Ana go na ndoli na rob. Also driver move. Driver move say Ibrahim jet tears in ndoli in afia. Driver move, Ibrahim jet tears in ndoli. You forget about end life fine here. That's it. Forget. They conduct time here. I know your face. Oh dear. Nah, indeed, dear. The driver never. Ndoli merai neba zucha juri tutrumo tanye bawako neba live ne jabu de live jabu de kanya atachara neba ya busani muremo tanyoko amia Nania. Shushi ajila zimu. Nania. Ndoli zrani bamo tayoku. Thank you, my brother. I'm robber has Ranjori Banyoku. No be accident, no be a moto.
I'm robber catching fire for the motor.
Because they still believe it was done by armed robbers. So if this is now, if this is what they do now, so I would probably, I don't know, like I would probably suggest that indeed, everyone who is running a business that they have to kind of use the road and travel the road and all of that should be allowed to carry their own arms to defend themselves. You know? Because if armed robbers are now going to be setting ablaze multi-million naira bosses like that, including everything therein, now that boss, you can tell the value of the boss. Or can you actually tell the value of the personal belongings or goods? There are some of them who are traders, right? And all of that. Well, so you will never be able to know what cost or what the loss really cost or the cost of the loss, right? You won't, and they will continue to happen and continue to happen because those who are supposed to actually keep us all safe, they are busy with something else, and that is to further keep us unsafe. Unfortunately. So that was that. And also yesterday, I'll tell you this one. This one is also an interesting one, okay? What happened? Remember that the Senegalese have now gotten their own new young president, okay? The story of how the guy became the president-elect is so unique and interesting. That is such a sensation. Their story is like inspiring all over the world right now. And everybody's kind of giving them their flowers. Oh, well done, Sonko, well done, Faye, well done. These guys are this or that. Now, and from nowhere, all this Sahel migrants, the Futajalon Futasoro terrorists hibernating in Nigeria. One of them jumped into that conversation and said, yes, Fulani ruling class. The Senegalese no one hear amo. And they were just like, hey, you retards. We don't do that here. All of you ethnic bigot, ethnic this. And you know, I'm going to put some of their shots on the screen for you to see. It was it was hilarious, and at the same time, it was heartbreaking, like sad. All right. They said that Nigerians, the rest of the world knows that Nigerians are indeed ethnic champions.
One second.
Sorry about that. So the Nigerians are born bigots. And if Nigerians want to start their nonsense, bigotry, they shouldn't try it with them in Senegal. Number one, the guy is not Fulani. And number two, can you please just go to hell? Go back to your hell hole in Nigeria, where you are always fighting yourselves over who is supreme, who is not supreme. Okay? Mind you, this guy is not Fulani. And since the history of Senegal, that they do have Fulanis in Senegal. Okay? But your ethnic, your religion, and all of that is none of their priority in Senegal, West Africa. But the murderous Fulani terrorists from northern Nigeria and the Ronukus, Ronu Nazis from Yoruba land, they jumped at it. But Sere people are also kind of Fulani too. Then the guys came, what is wrong with all these Nigerians? Your bigotry in your country that has kept you down, divided, and kind of genocidal too. Don't bring that to us here in Senegal. Like, I mean, come on, man. Who are these people? Omokimakparo, shame catch me a little bit. But at the same time, I kind of feel proud inside of me that, so there are some African countries that all this tribal, ethnic nonsense, it's none of their business. Wow. Hope who are them? Hope who are them? So that means all of us, we also, somehow, we do not believe in this ethnic religious supremacy in the face of burning important issues. That means all of us are supposed to speak out now. I am speaking out now for all these bigots, all these jobless miscreants, hateful souls, children of perdition from Yoruba land, trying to tarnish the image, trying to tarnish the good image of Yorubas. We are one of the most, if not the most accommodating people in Nigeria, the divided Nigeria of today. Then we will be one of the most accommodating regions in Nigeria. But now, the APC, Egbekegbe, and their bigotry, the APC, Egbekegbe, and their bigotry, they are bringing that, they are bringing shame, they are bringing embarrassment, they are bringing, criminality, they are bringing all sort of debt against that name, Yoruba. So that is why you have to speak out. And I love it. I love it for them, the Senegalese. They did great. I felt proud of them. They were very clear. It was like the moment they saw the tweet or so, they just called on themselves, come and see Nigerians. Oh, they are about to start. Oh. One of these lunatics are claiming that this guy is Fulani. So that, I mean, he actually said the Fulani, the ruling class in Africa. And I've told you something about this born to rule mentality that some of you born fools still sort of put in your head. You are born to suffer. You are born to what? To suffer. Suffer giddy till you die. You were not born to rule. If you are from northern Nigeria, the ruling class or the ruining class, they see you as the pawn on their chess table to start with. You are replaceable, okay? And you will never be missed if you have to die in the scheme of things. So how dare you think because you are a Fulani, you are born to rule? Because you are Hausa, you are born to rule. You are telling yourself that you will be say they go use you count the number of the poorest and the most miserable people in Nigeria in 2030. You are here saying we are born to rule. Hausa, we will continue to rule all of you. Who are you ruling? In all sense, I mean, like, what has this rule benefited you? In all sincerity. And then all of you from the southern part of Nigeria, you take insult in that. You are not born to rule us. God has given us problem. Why are you troubling yourself? People from the poorest part of Nigeria, the poorest region of Nigeria, the region with the most out-of-school children, 22 million out-of-school children, the most terrorized region, the most displaced people in Nigeria. Somebody from that place, maybe say if they talk to you from IDP camp, is telling you because it's Fulani, we are born to rule, we will rule all over you. And you are angry with that. You are angry. You are typing and trying to explain to that one. Shake. Are you all right? None of them is born to rule. Everybody is born to suffer. North, south, east, west, everyone in the contraption is born to suffer. Now people could come to find their way, like that crab in that bucket. You will see the Igbos will tell you, there is no amount of anything that Igbos will suffer in this country. We are always going to find our way. That is somebody trying to make himself feel better. He is hustling, he is struggling, he is affected. But because he's Igbo, he believes it. You know, we can never suffer here. Any Igbo man that suffers is a lazy man because he believes it. Same thing with a Fulani who will tell you, we are born to rule. We will rule all over you. This is somebody from the region that is most terrorized, making himself feel better when he is actually not better. So you see, all of these things, right, are things that have made you either believe that you are better than this one, we are better than that one, our own this is better. All this creation, I am happy that they don't exist in Senegal. And if they probably exist in Senegal, they are not as potent, as divisive, as destructive as they are in Nigeria, where deluded people continue to ascribe some importance to themselves because of association. I am Igbo. I'm Igbo. Okay, I am Igbo. Oh, I am Yoruba. I am Yoruba. Yorubas are when they talk about the wealth of Yoruba land, how much of it is helping, or how much of it is located to your family in Yoruba land? You are not looking, oh. And that is why when we see people who are indeed able to look beyond such primordial nonsense and take a look at where they say education, how many millions are affected by poor educational system? All of us, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Ijo, Ibibio, Ishekiri, Lupe, Tifi, Jukum, Berom, all of them from everywhere is affected. Oh, what about infrastructure? Now all of us, they suffer. What about unemployment and the rest of that? Now, everybody you go see inside the unemployment bracket. Everyone they collect inside this contraption where all of us are victims. And if you cannot look beyond it, and you are still looking at we are better than you, the Yorubas are just jealous of us. But me and you, they here now. I'm a Yoruba man, you be Igbo man. You are today, throughout today now, you have been busy with how you are going to make your life better. No be so? Been busy with mine. Okay? You have been busy all morning. I don't know what time you are right now. Okay? Today is Sunday. A lot of you are preparing for tomorrow to start work. Taking care of your family, trying to get your business going, trying to do this or that. You are busy with your life. I am busy with mine. But the moment Nigeria comes to the point, now you say Yorubas hate Igbos. When we are all busy with our lives here and there. But yet, the people that actually hate me and you, as Yoruba, as Igbo, they are the ones who are there, calling themselves the ruiners of Nigeria. They hate me and you. But you think that me hate you, or you hate me. These Igbo people hate Yoruba. We know that the Igbos hate Yoruba. They are always jealous of Yoruba. We know that the Yorubas are always jealous of Igbo. We know that who is jealousy of who? In the whole scheme of things, nobody really have time for anybody. Let's be honest. Nobody really has time for anybody. But there are those who have lived their lives and they have been conditioned the same way to believe that as long as this Nigeria is concerned, I never sit down with an Igbo man. Me too. I will never sit down with a Yoruba man. If I see a Fulani man and I see a snake, I will kill a Fulani man. I will let the snake go. In a contraption where all of us were forced together to be together, we do not want to be. In all honesty, we do not want to be. The problem is that at the same time, it's like we do not want to be alone. Do you see the complication? The bottom line is this. I am not saying that you don't have your own phobia inside you. Okay? I have seen racists. You know, when you see people who are racists, and honestly speaking, if you meet racists that you know, like, okay, this one is a racist bastard, right? Sometimes when you sit down with a racist, even you yourself will agree with racists and say, this your racism is understandable, even though it's so bad and it is dark. But with all these things where you just tell me right now, I think it's nice to meet you, Jare, Mr. Racist. I think your racism is you have reasons for a racist. Okay. Meanwhile, when you meet those who are Nigerians, who are tribalists, ethnic bigots, if you now ask them, explain to me your bigotry. I want to understand your bigotry. I want to understand your hate. I want to understand your hate. Please tell me. It will shock you that majority of this hatred towards one another, this one versus that one that you do, they all lack substance. There is absolutely nothing. The most who think they are smart will tell you, hey boy, it is your forefathers, it is your grandfathers who did. I said, okay, fine. My forefathers did something to you, your forefathers. But me and you, they here now. So we have to continue the fight, Abi. And you are thinking, you and I are the champions, the ethnic champions, the big ethnic, the jingoists. While you and I are suffering from a country where, we are suffering in a country where our own common patrimony, commonwealth, are being depleted right before our very eyes. But we have energy. We do not have energy to fight them. We have energy to say, Igbo this, Igbo that, Yoruba this, Yoruba that. Listen to me, I'm not trying to patronize any of you. I'm just trying to make you see something here. Okay? If the Senegalese say they do not entertain such such thoughts when it comes to their national convo in that Senegal, so that if anybody is telling you that Senegalese are of the same people, do not listen to that. The Senegal, they also have more than no joke, they have more than 40 different tribes and ethnic nationalities in their country. Like you have in Nigeria, they do in Senegal too. And that is why when it comes to their national politics, according to these guys, they do not want to know where you come from because they are not trying to elect a tribal chief or a local champion or what do you mean? You know, it's refreshing. It is. So I'll still bring you all of that, okay? I couldn't get them up earlier. I will get them up another time, this same evening. So if you are watching me and your energy is so much about who is supreme and who is not supreme, my own advice for you, my dear brothers and sisters, is this: when you know that they say when it's a quack like a duck, walk like a dog, quack like a duck, then it is a duck. In a place where the bigots are doing bigot championship, a lot of you who knows that this is going to end badly for everyone, it's better that you start speaking out now. Honestly speaking, like I said, I was so impressed by the resoluteness, the unity of this Senegalese in calling up this Fulani lunatic from Nigeria, who do not have any ancestral linkage to Nigeria whatsoever. Here you get. So I hope that sort of passes something to you, okay? So the other one there that we would have is going to be left for the charts, all right? So it's going to be left for the charts, which means that I am going to leave the line open. And if you are really much interested in joining this convo, the number to call is right there on your screen. Use it. And when I get back, I will take some calls. Don't go anywhere yet. to I have a caller, and because it is Easter, so let's have a 90-minute chat tonight. That is my first caller. Can you hear me, by the way?
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Bro, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, I'm great. How are you? How's the family? Happy Easter to you.
Same to you, man.
Another, how can I say, another classic, another banger.
It's,
you know, yeah, it's looking good. The background is looking good. I like what you're doing with the whole studio.
I'm still pretty much walking around a lot. You should wait for what I'm actually cooking. I'm cooking something. Okay. A lot of us will love it.
Listen, I'm very proud of you. I just love seeing how this thing is just morphing into something greater. You know, just right in front of our eyes, we're seeing it, you know. But yeah, let's get straight to the point. Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yes. We all know that the zoological banana republic of Nigeria is a failed state, completely failed. Like there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, they don't even honor their own laws. You could bring your own lawyer, you could bring whatever they say goes. You know, they could just make up their mind right there and then go. They don't even honor anything. And people need to wake up for it. To my Igbo people, they're warning. But it's time you shine your eyes that Nigeria is not for you. Stop wasting your money. Bring your money back home and develop your land. Get ready for Biafra. Biafra is coming. What's happening now is going to make you a believer for Biafra and Oduduwa and all the rest of them, because it's not just only Igbo people that's going to feel this. So, you know, enough. Just wake up, invest back home, fix your road. Our road is terrible. You go to the east, you can't even drive through it. I felt sorry for my nephews when they went back home for Christmas. They said that they thought they were gonna die because the roads were just like they felt like it was just so much gallops and quaiters, like a bomb was dropped. And then there were trucks passing by them, looked like it was gonna tip over and fall on their car. So we need to wake up, people, and just start fixing home. Fix home and go back home so you could be in peace. You know, look at all that hard-earned money, millions, billions, you know, all gone to waste by someone, another radical called Wike could just go and just tear things down. Or they're just using him to do the job, the dirty job that they want to do to the Igbo people and things like that. But it's high times that we just shine your eyes and stop being an idiot.
Thanks, man.
You know? But yeah, so the topic of Senegal. I mentioned to you before that I have one of my best friends is from Senegal.
Indeed.
And the father actually, was one of the first ambassadors of Senegal after the the independence. So he's well versed in Senegal, and I mean, he knows about Biafra in and out, and he could tell you. So that's how he is. He's very balanced, and he's been telling me things about this whole Fulani movement trying to, you know, take over the whole Africa and things like that. They themselves are now aware of what's going on, and I always tell her that you guys need to wake up and see what's going on. But they're paying attention because you have all these people from Futajala and all this thing that don't even speak the language or speak Jollof, Wolof. I mean, they don't speak Wolof and things like that. But they're coming into the embassies trying to get a Senegalese passport.
Really?
So now the people are starting to wake up. Yeah, it's becoming a problem there. Almost similar to what they did in that contraption. They come in as shoemakers, you know, fruit sellers and things like that. That's what they're doing now in Senegal, and people are starting to pay attention to that.
That's right.
And yeah, with the current soon-to-be president, I wouldn't really be celebrating right now. I want to see what he's going to be, what he's capable of doing once he gets in, because he actually talked a good game before getting in, and they actually used some violence in order to get in. So what I'm afraid of, because they're already threatening some of the people. A lot of people don't know this, but when you're on the ground, you know what's going on.
Right.
But it looks good, you know, as a good good story to tell about democracy and things like that for Africa, for young people to get in power.
Right.
But also we all have to keep our eyes open of what's going on. And let's pay attention to see what this young men are actually going to do. Is he going to follow through with his promise or not?
It's just
you know,
falter again. I know. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I said last time on this as well. I said now they would have no older people to blame. Okay, because now they will be making the decisions, and they will be sort of judged by what they are able to do, not blaming others. You are right. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, let me let you go. Thank you. Continue the good work. People, please like and subscribe. You can't have over 1,000 people watching and you only have 400 likes. Come on, people, stop being selfish.
My people are
all right. All hail Biafra, all hail do the work.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Bro, you have a good one, okay? And happy Easter to you once again as well, right? Thank you. So yes, the line is still pretty much there, opened. But like my last caller said, take a moment and like the broadcast. And indeed, if you want to be part of the conversation as well, you will need to dial the number on your screen. Please do. Here is the caller. Hello there.
My king. Adebayo from Sweden.
It's Prince Adebayo from Sweden, right?
Yes, my king.
It is Prince.
My king.
How are you tonight?
I greet you. I'm fine.
Happy
Today's
Easter.
package is same to you, my king. Same to you. Happy Easter. You know, I was just watching you when you were doing the test run, and then I said, maybe you are going to do the program tonight. Let me check in again.
That's right. I've been trying a few things out, and sometimes if I want to check if it's working, I have to run it. Yeah. And it's only when I run it, then I'll be like, yeah, it's working. I can come out. You are right. I'm cooking something, sir. You will love it.
Good. Baba, you know, the last time I called you, I said something about Baba Tinubu will come out and tell us, you have to love this country. You have to, you know, stop cursing the country. What did I say? I say, after saying this, tomorrow you go back and demolish local investment. Is that not what happened again in Abuja?
You did say that.
That's the same thing that happened again in Abuja. I mean, how can you demolish over 100 acres of investment?
Person that he didn't feel the land, though. An investor like that, and everything they have on the land, all crushed. Now court judgment too.
If you love this country that you are leader of, how will you go to bed and sleep at night knowing that you have destroyed 100 acres worth of investment? You know what is 100 acres? You know what's 100 acres of real estate? And you are busy going abroad. What are you going abroad to do then? To ask for foreigners to come and invest here? Don't you know that they will see how you are treating your own citizens, and they will not come. The best way to sell your country is through the people, through the citizens. If you don't treat the citizens right, the citizens will not say good things about your country. No. Tell me, how did the Senegalese president now, how did he know that Nigeria is filled with bigots and there's ethnic bigotry in Nigeria? Because of the people he has associated with. They have told him, our country is like this and this and this. That's how he knew. All these ambassadors in our country.
Even see us on social media, we are dealing with ourselves, attacking ourselves, fighting ourselves with this or that. We'll kill you, we'll do that.
I don't understand these people. It's like they are, you said it there, they are the real devil. Because, let's take for instance, students, teachers, lecturers will be fighting for that. Which one is that one that they are fighting for salaries, that they are going on strike every day? You will not give them their money. Maybe it's 15 billion. You not give them their money, but you use 80 billion to bring the security and the weapons that will go and fight them. Why don't you just make peace by giving citizens what they need? The citizens need a conducive environment. They are not begging you for money. Just make the business landscape and the business terrain serene and good enough, safe enough for investors to come in. If Nigeria is safe enough, the local investment is enough. If you are not a thief, the local investors are enough to make Nigeria bloom.
No doubt, Baba.
Just do your
because now from inside it's supposed to grow and then boom out. Then when it's booming out, that's when the investors will be like, oh my God, something is happening in Nigeria. Like, oh, we need to go there.
Yes.
We need to go there.
Yes.
It's going on inside that place right
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you cannot sell this country like this when IPOB know that you are killing their people. They will be telling the whole world, their media. And you cannot even fight the IPOB now. You cannot sell this country when you know that the Yoruba nation is alive. And if you ask them, they will tell you their own side of the story. You can't sell this country when the people of Southern Kaduna are alive. They will tell their own stories. The people of Jos will tell their own story. Benue thought I don't know whether it's 400 times they have entered that side and massacre people. When they are alive, how can they tell their story? When Jos people are alive, with all this injustice, which foreign investor can enter there? Look at what they did in Zamfara because of gold. How do you want to? Where you want to sell this country? Go. How you want to sell this country? Forget it.
To make it worse, they are seeing the local investors, local businessmen and women going through hell, and you violating court orders. They can't even get court judgment to obey. They won't obey. Do you think people don't read that from out there?
Okay, look at this peace guy now. Only God knows how much bribe he has paid to all those criminals in APC to bring it to this level. Because only possible. You know how long that guy has been fighting that Nigerian government. Have some sense. We have airplanes. We can do this thing. Just open the way. You know how many years since Buhari tenure for the whole 8 years? Since the other tenure, they've been denying this guy for almost 16 years. This guy must have paid the whole village of politicians.
He was doing charity with, like downfall. He will go to Egypt, go pack people. They say, well done, here, peace is the great. But when it was time for them to talk about national carrier, they went to Ethiopia.
I said, Nigeria, if you're a business person, a lot of people, like you said, they are not born with love.
No.
Parents are not, the parents who train these people, they are the worst kind of human beings, because these people, this current set of politicians, they were not born with love. And I'm sorry to say, a lot of Nigerians, their parents have given up on training them. I'm sorry for the next generation that's coming. So, a whole lot of students in school, they are the one fending for themselves. How many parents can use this kind of salary structure to send a child to school? And will be initiating one hook up. The men. You wonder why there's so much crime everywhere. Only God knows what the men, the male students, what they are doing. And you wonder why there's kidnappers everywhere.
And we are all sir, a lot of us are damaged people.
Damaged.
That we're supposed to be seeing therapists to speak our mind. Or people who are supposed to be seeing therapists, seeing psychologists, they are the ones holding political offices in Nigeria, making decisions. I mean, can we say that this was a non-lunatic story all along?
Okay. I say, if me, I'm not telling you, this is me, my own self. No matter the politician, there's nobody that is safe in that country. If I'm the one that have that 100 acre of real estate, you come and destroy it. No, need to anything. I'll just wait in one place, the road I know you normally pass, with like 20 caterpillars, because I can afford it. I will wait. As you are coming, I'll just block the road. Then from back, I will use the caterpillar to smash all of both you and your bodyguards. I'll just waste all of them there. Because you cannot do this to a family person. And look at the man. That man is likely going to die of heart attack. Look at the age where somebody is having that kind of problem. If you're a young man now, you can say, okay, you can survive. At that age, you demolish 800 acres of real estate.
Multi-billion naira investments.
And
they will do it without blinking, because they have the power.
Without blinking. When it was Shego, criminal, who was wicked before, a local government chairman that they kept on putting because he has thugs, use thugs, and got to the. If Baba, me, I know a life for you, the kind of person where I be. Once I know you are the one behind it, Baba, you are going.
You know,
you go first. Go.
You end my business. I'll use the
you end me, I end you
to finish you too.
We go together, Baba. We go together.
Left off my investment and everything. I'll use them to actually ensure that you know. I'll just
sell off everything. I'll just sell off everything where I get. Remain. Use and put my children abroad. I'm here and you for that country. We na caterpillar I go use your motorway you did. They go level and like you go turn to grand. Then I go there. Wait, me the carry. Baba,
thank you so much for
too much.
By.
Welcome.
The Prince. That's a Prince Adebayo from Sweden. And I think, hello there.
Yeah, this is CA from Atlanta.
CA from Atlanta. How are you this afternoon, sir? Or is it evening
I'm good, I'm good. Thank you. Oh, no. It's
about 5 p.m.
It's 4:56 p.m.
See? It's almost evening time. Well.
A very sunny day. A very sunny day here too.
And I mean, happy Easter to you. All right.
Thank you. Happy Easter too. Mayogo, you know, I've told you before. I said when Hitler was alive, he had supporters too. There are people supporting Hitler. Remember, I said it one time on this program. So, like I told you, I spent all my primary, secondary, first degree, second degree, everything in Lagos. I'm a Lagosian, even though I've been outside the country for over 12, 13 years, give or take. I grew up with Yorubas, Igbos, Calabar. You know, Lagos is a melting point. We didn't have any discrimination. The normal Yabis, some Igbo, that's all. Normal Yabis, we are together. So, I mean, without any problem. I'm not saying that we don't have tribalism. Igbos will have some people that are tribalistic. Yorubas have some people that Hausa is like that. But this APC government, they exploited the people and moved it to a different level.
A dangerous level.
And you know why they're doing that? When you don't have anything to offer,
yes, that
is the solution. Let people hate themselves while you go scot-free. Distract them. Tell them this is your enemy and you continue ruling them. Because they have nothing to offer. APC, even as bad as PDP was, can you compare this? Even though we don't like
this, so PDP never crossed.
Well, I never liked all this, yes, I never liked all these politicians. You know my stand, the same stand you have, is that they break down that entity or the worst. Let's go back to regional government. The worst.
Rule yourself, exactly.
Yes. So I don't live in that country, Nigeria. But as bad as the APC government was, we are then, you are not as bad as this.
No.
And that tells you that you don't have any plan. When you don't have any plan, that's what you do. So some idiots are picking it up. They are in every social media gathering, everywhere you see them. When you post something, they start attacking.
Attacking you straight away.
When you post something, because they don't have no roadmap, no plan, nothing. They don't have anything upstairs. Look at
the worst part here is when they accuse you of what they are doing. For example, now you say, man, this thiefnubu is actually a failure, man. How can you allow so and so to happen, so and so, right? This economy is like killing everybody. You are just hearing your view that way. Then because you are Igbo, if they check your name and say Igbo, you see this social media bandits. They will invade you.
Yes, they will invade you. Look at what they're doing to you now.
Why do you always hate? Look at Yoruba. They accuse you of what they are doing. Right there.
Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing to you now. Because you say the truth, you are not the problem. So it's Mayogu that is causing Naira to depreciate because you stated the obvious.
If I was Igbo,
so today you are not a Omoluabi. You are not a Yoruba. Yes, you are not. Yes. So because I'm not supporting them, that's the problem we have.
Them, right? To them, I am now somebody who is trying to make Igbo love him.
Love him as if you're going to get
Yoruba, the drug is actually impoverishing them.
Yes, as if when Igbos love you, they're going to give you $10 billion. They're going to give you money. I mean, I don't understand how people think.
So they do that. No, it's deliberate. We both agree now that it's deliberate. Now, people where they fall for ram, we should talk to. You see these guys who come and attack you. If you are Yoruba, they will say, you are Omoale. Are you not a Yoruba? Instead of you to stand behind your man, you are supporting all this Igbo. You have not even mentioned anything. You are just trying to be objective and say, why is thiefnubu not blah, blah, blah? This category of criminals, idiot, they will come straight there and attack your personality. Okay?
That is why I said, that's why I said,
they will change the narrative from that what you are talking to Igbo Yoruba. And it's deliberate.
That's why I said, that's why I told you, if this entity breaks up, those clowns, I don't mind us having civil war in the East if we get our independence.
Right.
And it's going to be a tough battle. Going to weed all those idiots.
They have to be weeded out too.
They cannot come near. They cannot come near Oduduwa Nation or Biafra. It is not possible. If the world, I don't mind us having a civil war within ourselves to straighten things out, just like South Sudan.
If it has to happen,
we cannot have these idiots come back to take over the mantle of leadership in any of this country.
And
at the end of the day,
about bloodline days. Oh, your blood is half blood. Your blood is tainted blood, and we understand how this works. Okay. It will all.
Can you imagine
when they have power, they will lead all of us to concentration camp and say because they want to clean the blood of the land. They want to make sure that there's nobody with any. If your papa, your mama no be Yoruba, if they catch you are dead because you cannot reproduce.
Can you imagine?
We need to.
Can you imagine GRG?
That's
can you imagine GRV? Yeah, can you imagine GRV in Lagos, governorship aspirant in Lagos, because the mother is an Igbo, so that one is not a Yoruba man anymore. It's not even Yoruba. Obasanjo, suddenly Obasanjo is an Igbo. Obasanjo's mother is an Igbo woman. It's unbelievable, my.
So that's why we are talking to those who see have their own head screwed together, like they are not, their brains have not been like tampered with. That we must continue to call out people like this. They do not represent Yoruba. Because in their agenda, even you as Yoruba, you are considered as enemy. In their agenda, if you don't align with thiefnubu and their criminal group, their agenda is to say if you don't, then you are not Yoruba. And they will do everything to strip you all the right or everything Yoruba if they can. They will do it.
Some of my Igbo brothers are complaining. I said, look, remember Tinubu's election result? Look at the vote. Yoruba voted against him. Yorubas voted against him everywhere in Lagos.
And they are not.
So that shows that
Yorubas have not been forgiven.
They are not
against him.
Yes, for voting against him.
They are calling so many Yorubas for not following Tinubu. It pained them so much that to them, for that never to happen again, the intimidation must start now. The threat must start now. And indeed, it won't be a surprise thing if they begin to kill Yorubas before 2020.
Mayogo, thank you for what you do. But one last thing is, those kidnapped students that were released. So you are telling me that Mayogo that the teacher that was supposed to tell us the number of people is dead. Only the teacher died, right?
Only the teacher died.
Okay, Mayogo. Okay.
I have something.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Yes.
He died. Even Sani, remember that video where Sani said,
Sani,
scholarship to the son. His father died in his son. He watched his father die because his father was unwell. Do you know the latest?
Right.
The military said the man died because they're exchanging gunfire with the terrorists when they are trying to rescue the children. That was when the man.
No.
The story.
Why
3 stories.
Where they paid ransom? Which gunfire? They paid ransom for them. So Jesus Christ. So after the gunfire, they now pay the ransom, or they pay the ransom before the gunfire.
It's all mad.
Mayogo, let me let others call. But thank you very much for what you do. Just keep standing on the truth.
I will.
I mean, with time, the way things are going, like you said, they're going to force the breakdown.
It is
the break up of that country.
It is from within.
They're going to do good. So and they're doing it gradually.
If it's going to be peaceful, it's not you and I that will determine it. It's them. All right?
Yes.
And from within themselves, it will explode from within. I know it's kind of sounding like it's forever, but when it happens, it's going to be like, oh my God, this happened so quick. It's almost time.
Do you know? the election before this one, before this last one, I called the professor in University of Lagos. We are talking. I say, Showore. He said, no. Showore is a small boy. What can he do? I said, okay, what has Buhari done? What has Buhari done? If Buhari, as I said, is stark illiterate, that cannot even read and write, can rule this country, and you say my Showore cannot? He said, no. So the politics of the country is too much for him. I just shook my head. This is a professor.
Hey, get one guy.
Now, thank you.
Unsima guy. I don't know if you know his face. That Unsima guy who was once with the IPOB.
Yes. That the Tinubu guy now. It's not a Tinubu guy now.
I mean, like, you know, I remember him, right? I remember him trying to convince other people like him. So he said, Nigeria needs a leader, not a trader. I think that sounded like a rhyme to him. So he now went on social media to go and talk about that. Man, people will listen to guys like that. You know, and I mean, things say, I just say, you know what? See, I kind of respect people who listen to people like that. Like people without shame. Baba, my video is
only God know how much they give it. Only God know how much they give that guy to change.
They don't give him anything. I know this kind of characters. People always think
I don't think so. My ego, they give that guy something.
You think so?
I've listened to this guy talk. Yes. They gave I know a lot of people, bloggers that said they approached them.
They gave the day where I launched Diaspora Radio 2.5 years ago or so. It was here. It was on my Eagles Diary Political. We're all talking as if
I know him. I know him
to fight all these people.
I know him. I know a blogger. I know a blogger that said they gave him 10 million. Really? Because it's in Nigeria. They gave him 10 million because in Nigeria he has financial problem. They gave him 10 million. He rejected it.
He lives in the UK. He lives here.
I know. This one was back home.
Oh, okay.
Because the guy is having some difficulty. They gave him 10 million. He rejected it. So people like that, they give them money. I'm telling you, maybe 100,000 pounds or 10,000, 20,000 pounds.
100,000. I know APC people well. CA.
They go cut them now. If you give somebody 100,000, they go cut them. Say you don't give them. You go give them like 20,000.
I'm actually trying to make is that somebody like that. I saw the video today. I was like, oh my God, Sima, has it really gone this bad? Yeah, like is it that bad? Like he was there explaining a leader, and he was struggling to explain how thiefnubu is a leader. Man, I was ashamed. See, let me leave you. I'll take another call. Okay?
Thank you, very good.
You should have a good one, sir. That's it.
Yeah, thank you.
My face is everywhere. All of you have my video. Imagine me coming back later and start telling you that thiefnubu is going to come. Let me tell you something. APC is I told you. I know it's never going to happen. Okay? Because I'm not going to set my strength, set everything here. Can't say I won't confess you, can't tell you, say APC don't change. That will never happen. Or if by any means, I'm saying it now, if by any means you see, say, Mayegun just turned camera and they begin to talk good about APC, number one, don't ever think they've given me money. They can't give me money that will make me do that. Number one, if people say somebody day here will carry gun for my head, or you know PCM, okay? Or I don't go shoko, but Yaweri. And there's nobody to only Yaweri. You understand? So the way where you go call be like that, where you go come disgrace your entire family, your name, your everything, where you go become shameless. You all know the address of my studio. The moment before I finish the broadcast, you have to find your way here and save me. You need to save me. Don't make me do it twice. I know what I'm talking about. I've told Agbeketu. Hello there.
Hello, my Baba.
Hello, sir. Sir, it's been a while too. How are you doing today, sir?
Yes, it's been a while. I've been, I can't miss watching your program. You know that for sure. And sometimes I just decide to allow people to call in. When I try like 2, 3, 4 times, and I see that we have a lot of people on the line, I'll just say, okay, it's our program. Let me let people go.
I like that.
So
that is Safio there, and it's good to hear from you tonight, sir. Should I say Happy Easter? I said that earlier to everyone.
Yeah, same to you, my brother. Same to you. We witness many more Easter period on the surface of the earth.
In Jesus' name, sir. Thank you.
And my regards to Abike and the rest of the family.
Sir, thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
You see, Mayegun, it's just that the Nigeria we are just keeping postponing the Ifu days. Now is Wike telling us that he's not a Igbo man?
Yeah.
Is that what he's telling us?
Loud and clear.
Because if not that this Bekegbe of 18 or the Nigerian government of 18 that came and decided to divide us into small portions for them to control. The Eastern nation consists of River State and the rest. So we believe Eastern State are Igbos. That is what we believe. That is what we know. That is what we made to know. And the Western nations are the Yorubas.
That's right.
While the Northerners are the Hausas. But today, Wike is telling us that he is not an Igbo man. Because if not, why is Wike saying that, oh, why would they give that kind of land to Igbo people? Because I saw what that man said.
He said it to his face now. That's why the man was like, I don't know what to do again, because he said it to my face. How could they give so much land to one man, to an Igbo man?
From an Igbo man. So now,
this is a man that he didn't give him land, though. He didn't steal it. He paid and got the land, though. Until he came and felt like, how did he do that?
He paid for that and got all the documents.
It's not that people go to show for Wike and say, Minister Wike, there is this Igbo man. He just stole our land and he claimed it to be his own. Please come and help us. No, he's just not comfortable that somebody like that has over 200 acres of land. No. Why would you have all of that?
Wike and the rest of them are just working for their masters.
Yes, they are.
They are working for their masters. And the thing is this. You don't love these people. Why not let them go? Why are you still keeping them under your foot? Why do you want to suppress them? You don't want to allow them to be somebody, to move ahead, to forge ahead in their whatever things they want to do. Why?
And yet you cannot let them do what every other citizen is allowed to do in the country that's supposed to be their country. So if this country is not their country, or they do not have a say just like everyone else, why do you keep them in? Or why do you want to keep them in?
Why? Now, the Sirika of a man, the Ethiopia, is it Ethiopia?
Airplane with the logo. They put a poster of Nigeria here on top.
Nothing about it anymore. The man is moving freely in that country, doing all sorts of things.
Yes, now
they will see. They are still praising him, giving him more portfolios. Now, they are talking about what's it called? Airpiece. I mean, it's
why are they putting on the Isiagu? Why can't they put on their green, white, green Nigeria?
So that means if by tomorrow
business, they are supposed to. These are people who don't feel afford to buy any one-way ticket to Calabar.
I mean, if by tomorrow, who am I going to? Which name am I going to call? Which name in Yoruba land do I call now? Which name?
Yeah,
okay, let's assume
they should rise up. Maybe we'll begin to call our ancestors now to rise, sir. And you are older.
No, what I'm saying is this. What I'm trying to say is this.
Yes, sir.
Let's assume, Mayegu,
yes,
that Oni of Ife, let's just give it to him. Yeah. Oni of Ife tomorrow now says, okay, I'm into airline business. Oni of Ife now brings in aircraft and put Oduduwa logo
yes
on it. They will now say, oh, this is not in Nigeria, or it doesn't support Nigeria.
Oh,
why is he
putting Oduduwa? That one is good. Is Oduduwa good? What happened is that they sort of are programmed to really feel triggered. Yes, sir. I have noticed. Do you know that there are those who just ordinarily feel triggered with the presence of an Igbo in their wherever they are? They just suddenly feel like, and I'm not going to say there are no Igbos also who probably will just feel uncomfortable with the presence of the Yorubas, but I'm a Yoruba man.
Or Yorubas, yes,
I'm a Yoruba man, and I have witnessed this one-on-one.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, it is simply because they just have that sort of inherent conditioning. Yes, sir. A lot of us actually manage to make sure that we continue to imbibe that unity that we witnessed growing up. With the children from every different, from different ethnic background, religious background. It breaks us, sir, when we now see the generation of young people and even the older ones who are encouraging the bigotry, and you begin to say, but it wasn't like this now. It
wasn't like this.
Now. How come everybody is so triggered now? Why are we so? Why is everybody? And I realize, sir, that it is not everybody that is triggered. It is actually people associated with APC. Those ones are the ones triggered.
Exactly.
And they wanted to post as Yorubas. We are Yorubas. No. The real Yorubas don't really trigger. They don't really trigger that by anything.
No.
There are some Yorubas that, until we started explaining to them that we do not hate Fulanis, or whether Fulani hates Yoruba, that's their problem. But you see the Fulani terrorists on our land, encroaching on them, killing our people. We know them, we see them, they are Fulanis. We do not want them anymore.
Destroying their farms.
You get that? We do not want these destroyers on our land anymore. So if a Fulani feels like he has association with terrorists because he's Fulani, now it feels like our rejection of this terrorist is rejection of Fulani, then we consider you as a Fulani, as a terrorist too. Sure you get? We do not have anything against anyone that doesn't come to harm us or hurt us. So until we started explaining to the Yorubas that, listen, we are not trying to ask you to hate people. We are not asking you to hate people. No. We are saying, look at what they are doing. Look at how they are covering them up. Look at how they are using the system to, sure you get. And the real Yorubas started seeing that and said, oh, it's true. Okay, we don't want them anymore. Ordinarily, Yorubas will not be moved. They will just be like, leave them. Leave them now. Sure you get. So how dare somebody now try to make Yorubas hateful people like we hate? No, we are not. We are not.
We are not. We are not. We were not brought up that. Those days when I school with Fulani children.
Yes.
My primary school days at Owode Diroko. I live with Fulani. Baba Lalado, the Lalados.
Yes.
Baba Lalado, Baba Sulu. All of them we live together as children.
Yes.
We went the same primary school. Those days.
And those days, we never had Fulani herdsmen ransacking our villages or destroying farms, talk less of attacking our people. Never.
No.
Then APC came, Bokwari came. The story just changed. And they started making us to get used to it, sir. They wanted us to get used. Sir, do you know that 10 years ago, there was no conversation like this ever in Nigeria? Ever.
At all.
10 years ago, nothing like this in Nigeria.
No.
But 10 years after, they are forcing us to accept it. They are forcing us to get used to it. And if you speak out, then you are an aggressor. We just wanted to start problem. And no, I get it. Sir,
exactly.
We will
I don't know.
Continue to point this out at when you and the bigots among us, we will keep educating them that they do not represent us.
We will keep educating them. We will keep educating them. That is it. I hope they listen before it's too late.
Hopefully.
I hope. Thank you, Mayegu. You are doing a very good job.
God bless you, sir. And I'm doing something on that issue, by the way. You might need to send me another sort of a note. I will tell you how. So I'm working on something. Okay.
All
right, sir. So
get with me.
Yes, sir.
Get with me and let me know. Oshe, my brother.
You have a good one, sir.
I will.
So that's a Sir Theophilus Oniyide, all the way from the US as well. And I have another caller on the line. Can you hear me?
Hello. I can hear you loud and clear, Mayego.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, Mayego. It's Ferdinand from Newcastle.
Say that again.
Ferdinand. It's from Newcastle,
Newcastle. Grand. Good to have you again, please.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Mayego. It's really been a while. A few days ago, I was listening to you from work, but I couldn't call because I was putting my AirPod and then listening to you, but I wanted to call. I couldn't make contributions because in the first place. I'm not even supposed to enter inside your office with my phone.
Supposed to be seen on cost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So, I didn't want to add to what the previous caller said. You see, people like Wike are fools, and they don't represent anybody's interest. Just like you said, the problem we are fighting is not between the Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, and Fulanis. We are fighting the establishment that actually progressed with the divisions we have between ourselves. If we can come together, we'll put them down. And you see, people like Wike, this is just making the second time he's referring to the Igbos as an exclusive group. Ikwere is Igbo. Ikwere is Igbo. If you can just, if you can just,
even
don't mind the idiot. What does Obiakpo mean? What his name Nyeson Wike? What does it mean? What language is it? Ameti, is Ameti a Yoruba name?
No.
Is Ameti a Hausa name?
No.
Tibike is Tibike Hausa name? Is Tibike Urobo?
That's Igbo. I know that.
What are they? What I can't believe how a full-grown man will come out and start spitting rubbish because of politics. What is wrong with people? Like, what actually is wrong with people? If you can share your screen,
Yes.
Just type Ikwere. Just type Ikwere on the screen. Let everybody see. I keep telling you this. It's high time you just do a broadcast and let people know where they're coming from. Because you see what is happening in Delta State right now is exactly how the North or the establishment treats everybody from Ore down. Because you can't tell me that if those 16 soldiers were killed in the North, that the military will start burning villages, or they kill more than 16 soldiers in the North, even shoot down military jets. Nothing. The Nigerian army has not done anything to the Northerners like that, to the local natives.
No.
So why is the issue of Delta State different? Because they don't understand that they are giving them that Igbo treatment.
You know what Wikipedia puts up? Anyone can put Wikipedia, all right? But here is something that, and I know the story behind this. So we all know the story of the Civil War, the genocide rather, and what prompted all of them to begin to change their stories. But again, I don't want to like put identity on people. But here, they said in their definition, or listen to this, they said they are not Igbos, but they have proximity with the Igbo. So they have cultural proximity. They have linguistic, which is language. Igbos,
I know.
But they now said, oh, we had all of that because we married and we intermarried, we trade, we do this and that. But we know the story. I know the story of why everybody had to deny Igbos at a point.
Yes.
We all know the story after the Civil War. Go on.
Yeah. And that is stupidity, because they kept me. I'm from River State, Obibo side, Obibo to be precise.
Obibo.
I get it. Yes,
that's right.
Yes, Obibo is Igbo. Now, do you know this fool refused to walk our road and bring development because majority of the people there are siding with Nnamdi Kanu.
This madman,
he refused. Exactly. He killed our people. Yes. He killed our people and sent military to us and refused to walk road till he left, to tell you the kind of man he is. Is there anything an Ikore man says that I will not hear?
Nothing.
There's nothing an Ikore man says that I will not hear. So what I don't understand this question of referring to, and he's getting old and he's still being stupid. You know, you used to say something that even stupid people grow old. Nwike is a typical example. Stupid people, they still grow old. Nwike is a typical example of a stupid man who is growing old and not knowing that he's growing old. You think he'll be young forever like that, or he'll be capable of talking anyhow? Look at his voice, cracked voice. He can't even talk properly.
They don't really think that this
they don't really think
to an end.
Exactly. And if they don't take time, you see this Okwama crisis.
Yeah.
You see this Okwama crisis. But if I'm those villages in the Delta, I think they are supposed to kind of like unite now and know that the establishment is against them. Look at how military people who went to do bunkering. I know that those military people, they went to do bunkering because I was in Obibo when they were doing bunkering. You see these military people, they used to come, have their own camp, have their own receiver, even build all these bunkering, and they'll be doing it through people. So once they see that there is kind of like once they see that the operation has gone wrong or something has gone wrong and it's about to leak, they'll start burning things, destroying every evidence. That's how they operate now. We know them.
I mean, that's how people even came out and they said it. They said, listen, there are activities going on around here, and the people behind all these activities, they are not ordinary people. They are military.
They are armies. Yes,
so
they are military people. Even as
because if this issue escalates, we do not want to suffer. But I saw 2 letters in January and in February from these guys.
Yes.
In March, they started killing them, and here we are.
Yes. Even though that one is a fool, he told them that it's the military that are doing the bunkering. They all know. Okay, now how far Asari self? I've not even heard from him since this happened. Has he spoken?
It's like you want to miss him forever, right? Because if you say anything too much this time around, right? You self go type the hashtag. Free Asari Dokubo now. Free Asari now. He's a smart guy in that regard. He's been very careful.
Yes. Do you know
he's been trying to get attention of thiefnubu for a while, but none of his shots hit targets.
Yes. Do you know? I was watching one video. He was speaking from the hospital that he's sick. That he went to see his doctor. Yes. That he's sick. He went to see his doctor. That they should try and resolve what is happening in Okwama, and that people are expecting him to speak. That they should try and resolve. I say, look at this fool. He knows. You know. If Asari does not, there was something you said last time. If Asari makes any crazy video within this period, this thing is laying there.
I tell you,
the army will arrest him. And he said something that there was a military gunboat parked very close to his jetty, and that he don't know why those military packed those things there. That they should stop harassing his property and the people and blah blah blah. That they should, whoever is parking or monitoring his house, that they should please desist from doing that. I said, look at us. I thought you have soldiers and you're smart enough. He would have, they are just waiting for him to make any crazy comment or video. The army will just put his name on the wanted list and carry him.
He
knows that.
A day after Edwin Clark came to say this invasion, this kind of thing is wrong. They should spare the civilian. The following day, they went to his house. And guess what they said?
Exactly.
They said they didn't know it's his house. They were just going. As they were going, they now saw that, this house look nice, so let's go inside. And when they got inside, they now harassed everybody. It was after that they now hear that it's Edwin Clark's house. I said, now so they could do Asari.
That's how they operate.
They don't pick him up. We say he's the one that kills soldiers. He's a smart guy in that regard.
We know Nigerian soldiers, they are very good at denying. You remember when they killed Fela, they invaded Fela's house, Kalakuta. They said it's unknown soldiers. Fela even sang with it. They said it's unknown soldiers.
A lawless place that
so it's not
you become their victim once. You know what will pain you most is the fact that you would want to actually like put your hands on their neck like that and deal with them one by one with what they will do to you.
Sure.
Somehow, you just be like, I can't do that. And that would be painful.
But this Okwama crisis, I think, is beginning to give our brothers in the Niger Delta area a sense of how they are being perceived in Nigeria. Look, if it was possible, they would have just all wiped us away because of oil. That's liquid gold. It's more like a cost.
They would have it yesterday or 2 days ago.
That oil is that. When I said that, you said it.
And now Niger Delta field, all of even the Igbo land where they have
kingdom. So yes,
una be like squatters.
I'm telling you.
So because when they fly, What they see is their oil field, not you.
Oil field, not human beings. They see oil field.
So everybody, when they
don't hear what
they build house, they build this here and there. They're just like, oh, these irritants, man. We wish we can just move all of them away to somewhere else and we can
exactly.
They do not see Nigerians living in those places as Nigerians. They
they see them as people who are squatting in their oil wells.
You know.
You get it? They marked. Did you not see what that is it Amanyanabo or who that from Delta State was saying that his own village is OP something. They just give villages. Those things are people's villages and kingdoms. So
they call them OPL 45.
You
go call them Baramatu. You see, Baramatu kingdom isn't always Baramatu kingdom. OPL 45.
I'm telling you, that is how people's kingdom and villages are. Because of oil, So I think that they need to now start realizing, oh, this is how these people take us. And if we can just team up together and forget about this issue of I'm from here, tribalism and all that, and come together.
Okay, not because
no. Yeah, we'll bring down the establishment. Yeah, we'll bring down the establishment because these people they are scared.
Yes.
They are scared. They don't move anyhow. They all have bulletproof cars, heavily armored. Thank you very much, Maya, for your time. I really appreciate it.
I love that chat with you tonight. You have a good one.
Yeah.
All the best.
All right, you too.
So that's
Bye.
Ferdinand.
They all have bulletproof cars.
I'm going to go to Newcastle. I won't tell you so that you won't begin to ask me, oh, Maya, coming in tomorrow. So I have another caller on the line, and let's hear it. Hello.
My good evening, bros. Listen, it looks like I'm calling with all the old device in the world. Just for me to get.
Anyway, good evening to you too. How are you doing, Baba?
I'm doing good, man. I just want to contribute one or two things.
You are free to
so it's like
go on.
It's like what the last caller said. I totally agree with him. We all need to come together. Let's leave Yorubas, Igbo, Fulanis, and because at the end of the day,
all of that,
right at the end, yes, at the end of the day, when you look at it, right, let's check all the governors, all the elite. They are from different regions, right? But those people have one culture, one tradition, and one belief.
Yes, sir.
And they don't realize whenever they are together, they don't know Igbos, they don't know Awusas, they don't know Shekiri, they don't know Edo, they don't know Yoruba. All they know, when you watch interview, they will say, oh, my brother Dangote, oh, my brother Fashola, my brother Tinubu. You understand? And now you will see people that go about with the segregation. Is the poor people online, like you said, your online bandits, your online Boko Haram and online terrorists. Yes. They will put everybody in their place. Once they just look at your name, you start with C. No, Hausa, we don't have South C. This must be from Southwest. His real name is Kule. That one, no, he's changing it. We will just start fighting ourselves. And the thing is, we actually don't really see the game these people are playing. Because all these Tunubu and all these people, they realize their time is about to be over. But at the same time, they want their children to keep this thing. Their time is about, yes, they are putting their children to rule our own children.
That's right.
And you see all these bandits, they will grow old and become miserable, and their children will follow their path. Continue doing the same thing. Continue to be putting people in their place, just like the way their father did. Because you always say something like the stupid grow old as well, right?
They do it, sir.
Once their father, the stupid father grow old, the stupidity will continue from the same generation. But the good thing is, we have someone like you that keep exposing all these things, that keep teaching the people and exposing us, right? Just like the way that is in Niger government secretary B, we always hear you when you speak, we listen to you. That is how millions, a lot of Nigerians are on your page. Yes, that is a lot of millions in your page listening to you, and they are beginning, even if they are still like, but all of them, you realize how much impact you are making. If you watch other YouTube space, they'll be like, yes, even if Peter Obi would have won, he would do the same thing. You understand? But how do you know if Peter Obi would have won, he would do the same thing?
It is consolation that these idiots like to say to themselves. And I do not take anyone out of what I just said, okay? Because there are people who actually say that too. Listen, we will never know what Obi will do But you know, for anybody to now, because they want to feel, they want to console themselves for the calamity that they openly and secretly forced on people, okay, blackmail people, gaslighted people for. So to cover that shame, okay, they will now say, what will we do differently? They are all the same. They are all the same. That's one of the most, what do you call it, unfaithful, deceitful statements I've heard from people. Okay.
Right.
So
no,
go on,
no, look at this now. Look at this. So the other day, Tinubu come on TV. Oh, start insulting the nation. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Ray, blah, 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 right? Every day, people is insulting Saudi Arabia. It didn't stop their progress. People is insulting Russia. It didn't stop their progress. No. People is even insulting Joe, even the US, because I live in the US. I live in California.
About the Joe Biden own. That one now, world-class abuses and trolling and everything. But that won't stop him from doing what he has to do in that place. So else,
right.
It's gone.
Right. The country is still being, America is still the world's most powerful nation. The insult on Joe Biden didn't change that. Right? Now, my own question is, how come the insults didn't stop you from looting? Didn't stop you from stealing a nation? Didn't stop you to keep doing the bad stuff you're doing? But the insult is stopping you to develop the nation. And you see the same Agbadorians, just like you said, we still come to defend that statement. You start thinking, these people, are they truly using their brain? And the funny thing, some of these people, they are very educated though. Very educated, and they are grown people, not like youth or small children. Grown people, they even have children, but you know the good thing about them, because they don't live in Nigeria, they live in overseas. This is the same people that live in UK, live in US, live in Europe, live all part of the world, that will take their mother or their father or their own daughter to the hospital. They haven't been treated well. They will start embarrassing the whole staff. They know they can't talk to them. In another man's country, in another man's country, but they sit online and sit on computer, be clamoring for the destruction of Nigeria, because they know they are not going to partake in anything that goes down there. Yes, they will be telling you, like the way they will be telling you, if you are making this amount in Nigeria, it's better than you are making this in Europe. In this, if you know that is the truth, you take all your savings you have in Europe or wherever you live, take it to Nigeria, then start and do there. So that you now
example.
Right, there you go. Thank you. So that you will be a good example. You know, my last thing, the other that was watching Obi when Obi was having conversation with the obedient, because me myself, I'm obedient, right?
Oh,
so Obi said, the Nigerian intelligence or whatever, right? He said they told him they know where Obi had anytime, any day. As long as Obi has his cell phone with him, right? They can easily know Peter Obi's location, right? Then Peter Obi said, him now asked himself, if you guys can know my location, how come we are unable to trace down these terrorists? And this is the same terrorists that use cell phone, that are called for ransom, that they pay. Sometimes they will pay to their bank. Sometimes they will give them. And whenever they kidnap people, he said it's only in Nigeria. You will hear crazy amount of numbers of people is kidnapped the same time. He said it don't even happen anywhere in the world, not even in African country. It's only in Nigeria. They will kidnap 300 people.
So in Nigeria.
They will kidnap.
It doesn't happen
yes, so they will say they will,
in Africa. Nowhere else is happening. Nowhere.
You understand? So my own thing is this. My own thing is, just like you said, we all need to come together. If we have to give the mandate to someone that will give us whatever we all are looking for, let's come together, give that person mandate, so that that person can be like, listen, this constitution is nonsense. Let's amend this constitution. Every region, govern your region, protect your assets. If your governor is now doing rubbish, we know we are only having one common enemy. Because this time we don't even know who is who. The state governor will blame the federal government. Federal government will blame the people. The people will blame federal government. Federal government will blame everybody. Is just blaming everybody. But if we do true federalism, Yoruba nation, then any state that is going to come out and what the agreement is, okay, the Biafra, the Ododuwas, the Fulanis, and all these things, everybody will come together. Then we will know.
Now, hold your place. You know what Akinwumi Shino is saying? That former Minister of Agriculture, that African Development Bank guy, he said that. That's why I said all these things. What will they do here? When people think it's just all talk and all that, they are not paying attention. Sure, you get. People also listen, and somehow, they themselves are also sort of brainstorming. Like, okay, wait, can we tell Nigerians that okay, don't break up? Let's have a United States of Nigeria. I was like, which one is the United States of Nigeria? No people will unite. They call United.
Well, I was about to say that now. They are coming up with a new
property. United States of Nigeria. I was like, what is this thing with unity? All this unite. What is unity between us here? Go on.
Right. This thing is this. They know what they are doing. You see, APC, Tinubu, automatically they already know Tinubu has no idea. They already know Tinubu is there to do nothing, literally. But they are always remember last week, Okwama, right?
Yes.
This week, new week is coming out. Now we are talking about United States of Nigeria. The APC always look for something to distract the people from the main issue on the ground. Always. So that once this United States of Nigeria come, now this will last a whole month. Before we know, we already know.
Then another one go happen. We go distract us for another thing.
Before you know, they will bring another one. Before you know, okay, like the last caller said, like in the US, the Texas have a lot of oils, right? All the refinery and anything that has to do with oil is in Texas. But if it's in another place, those are just like branches and all those things, right? How come the Delta region has the oil? The refinery will be in somewhere else. The headquarters of the oil will be in the northern. How does those two things related?
You know that we don't hear say the Niger Delta get oil. Niger Delta, the east, they get oil from the Niger Delta from the east, right? You know, there is no single headquarters of oil exploring or oil exploration company that is operating in Niger Delta. All of their headquarters are in Lagos. Do you know that?
You just imagine that.
Like your operational base is in Niger Delta, where they take the but it is not safe for you to have your headquarters there. Pay your taxes there. Pay taxes to the government there. No, they left kilometers away where it is safe. That's what they said. And the Niger Delta
right. This is my last one, right?
All right.
So you realize they are purposely just doing all this, like literally. You see, look at Rufai's son, the illiterate and that crackhead. He's already in the government at the age of 25. Then when you see all these online bandits, most of them is on their late 30s, early 40s, late 50s. But they are championing for, before you know, El-Rufai son will become a governor. Their own children will be opening the door, the car door. But this is someone that even have average education, which is your own children. How can we have the best being a bus driver and the worst is controlling the affair of the state or the nation? How? And at the end of the day, you are there said, oh, Nigeria must move forward. Any investment in your country, just because they are not stealing like you said, hey, break it down. Then now you take flight and you'll be going to this thing, be doing Babiala in all these Western world. Investors, come bring your business. See, Tinubu said, vote me out, right? Tinubu said, oh, if you don't like me, vote me out. Because he knew they already stole the judiciary. INEC is in his pocket. How can you go and vote when you automatically either you vote, you no vote? He knew it's going to win. And that is the reason why the guy not really they care about any of those guys that is making noise anymore. Because where he actually wanted to get, he already getting it. He's the president and he can control whoever he want to control. Then Peter Obi, they asked Peter Obi, okay, Peter Obi, if we come out in 2027 and you decided to run, for the fact we know Nigeria is a cash up state at this particular moment, and we vote, and let's assume we vote and you win the election, and INEC do whatever they are going to do. How can we get this mandate back, right? Yeah, so then Peter Obi said, this was what Peter Obi said, because that was the main reason me myself, I was listening. He said, we should vote first. And then he admitted that he have learned his lesson from the last one. He said he went to court, then the court did whatever they did. He said he did everything, but he said he have learned his lesson from the last election. But he promised the people, if we come out in mass and vote the way we did the last time, even more than that, he said there is going to be another, like with the political way of not saying, we'll go like,
say, well, they will not do what they did to us last time again. Something that a lot of people would like him to be more clearer. Like when Bokwani said, Baboon and monkey will be soaking blood if Jonathan did not hand over. Remember?
Yes, but he don't want to say something like that because it's from the east. They will come and arrest him. Then he won't be thinking about him going to rerun or, saying he will be battling with court case the way they did Shogore. So the guy is a very smart guy because he has been around there, know how they operate.
He would have to sacrifice himself, my dear brother, sir. Obi is still acting this with them. But the bottom line is this. I want to say this loud and clear, right? If Peter Obi came out when I'm just saying that this is something that is, we don't really have to react to, okay? I'm just like assuming, okay? So let's say when that madman was announcing that fake result that morning, okay? And Obi just quickly go live on Facebook. It doesn't need any press conference. No, this is social media. Just go live on Facebook and say, dear obedient, I can tell you authoritatively now that they have completed the manipulation of the election results. I am rejecting this result even before they finish announcing it. Now, this is your country. It's over to you now. It's no longer in my hand. I was just wanting to know that they have rigged this election. They are announcing a fake result, and I'm out of it. That day, if they should by any means say they have arrested Peter Obi, there will be no President Tinubu today. There will be no Tinubu today, I promise you. Because the whole place would have gone down. The whole world would have been asking for unity government, begging Obi and begging this and say, let's try and come together for peace, I swear. But he didn't.
I like the fact, right? I like the fact he didn't do that for one reason. Because, like, now people would have said, how she would have gone to court, he would have won. Now, he went to court, he exposed the entire system. Right. Me, like, you keep preaching these things. A lot of people didn't believe me. Until that very day, that is when me, myself, started taking you seriously. Oh boy, this guy know what he's talking about. That's why every day, I refresh my page to see when Mayogu is alive for you to educate me more and more. No, Peter B, I know, say if I went to court, they will even slap him. The judge will slap him. Are you mad? The judge, he knew. Now he knew.
Another fear that made me just keep that to myself. That's why I said, now we can assume, okay, it's no longer relevant, okay?
Right.
Part of what people told me then was that that could have even ignited another genocide, kind of attempted. And it will be worse this time around because you can't carry out genocide against the Igbo this time around like you did in 1966.
Right. Because they have a lot of money now, they have a lot of resources.
Trigger and, a massive attack on the Igbos. If Obi decided to just say, you know what, guys, fight for your country or fight for your this, so sure you get, but again,
right.
We will never know. Okay.
So, and now that we all know, I'm 100% believe if him decided to run 2027 with the thing APC is doing, with the stealing Tinubu and his boys is doing, with the way APC governor is governing, everything is working against them. And Obi have exposed the system, exposed everything. Even the obedient knew, even in 2007, if you like, we vote, no single person vote for APC, they know APC is still going to win. Everybody knows already. And Wike have already told us. The same Wike was the one that told us that Tinubu won the Supreme Court case already, even before they even start the whole thing. And it's the same guy that told us already. It's not even up to a year. He told us nobody can stop us. Oh, go to the vote house. He already did. Because maybe they already have all the people in place, right? Mayegun, believe me, Peter Obi now know this next time he won the election the way he did in 2023. And they are ringing in. I'm 100% believe the guy knows this is his last time. Because if he do the same thing he did 2023, nobody is going to support him. He knew. He knew like now he has nothing to lose anymore because everything is at stake at this particular moment.
I like your spirit. You know why? It's because
Yes.
you know that you have some expectation of him before somebody like you can be convinced to try that again. You know it yourself. However,
yes,
let's leave everything. Let's leave everything to the open there, okay? And as usual,
okay,
we will be monitoring developments, okay? Because most of the time,
all right, thank you,
most
sir.
of the times we have
Yes.
to continue to appreciate those who stood up and stood their ground, okay? And if
Yes.
they will do it again, I believe them, because if my preaching couldn't stop them from getting PBC the last time, I'm not sure if it will this time. But one thing that whatever decision anybody takes or whatever they make, right? One thing that we never change,
yes,
right, is Mayegun's views that always guide some of those who take emotional decisions and all that, okay? Events will always tell us what's going to happen. And yes, time will tell.
Okay.
Baba,
Baba, do you know what you are doing? You know what you are doing, eh? Yep. This is what that you are doing. Maybe you haven't noticed it.
Right.
Even if you said, oh, I'm Biafra, I'm Yoruba Nation, I'm Odudu, I'm this. Baba, you always keep and you program everybody to be optimistic. Regardless, we said, oh, this and this, and you keep everybody to be optimistic. You see a lot of people who still come on your channel. I don't believe in Nigeria. But once they see somebody that raised against that Nigerian system,
I was surprised that people when they shout, say, we know election, no election for a year. Now they come back later. So you are obedient too. So you are obedient to say, yeah, I was obedient. You too say, yes, we are all obedient. I say, And I was sitting down here like we are all trying and make sure that, all these people know. Well, anyway, you're right. Mine is to make sure that people who are standing up against something that has been working against millions of others, right? If you're standing up against it, if you're standing against it, I am standing up against it. It doesn't matter where you are standing. As long as you are standing for something, right? It is not my job to force you to sit down, because that's the job of the criminals who wanted us to sit and not talk or do anything. Sure, you get, to me, is a cat, they say there are many ways you can kill a cat, right? So as long as the entire cat is dead, and in this case, right, it's a metaphor for the system, a system that has been rigged against us. We are divided. Now we have different kind of ambitions. I want a country where I won't have to worry about Nigeria anymore, a Yoruba nation. A lot of people
it's very close. It's very close.
Anymore. Sure, you get.
Yes, it's very close.
Until this establishment dies, you and I may never get what we want. So I agree.
No, we are actually at the last phrase of this bad everything, because we are the last. Tinubu is the last straw. He is the last straw. We are at that particular moment. Thank you very much. And keep on keeping us the same way you are keeping us now. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Safe,
Thank you.
So you see, this Oga, I love the fact that he is obedient, and there are many like him on this platform, which I encourage them to. When you listen to the Biafran advocates talking, you should give them their honest support. It doesn't mean that you 100% agree with them or you believe in it, because if you want people to believe that you can do something through what you believe in, then you have to believe in them too. Writing people off because they don't believe in what you believe in is sort of self-defeatist. Here is Prince Jejeman, right? I've just spoken to the I just spoken with the what do you call that? The obedience. Now I have the IPOB demand that represents them. Wow.
Yes, so Baba.
It's Jejeman. How are you?
Baba, hello. Merry Easter to you and happy Easter
Merry
to all
Easter. Abina happy, Merry happy. Okay. I'll take
happy
that.
And join together, my Baba.
I know. Merry Easter to you too.
Listen, Niger matter they make a person the biting tongue.
You get
but anyhow, we must move forward,
you
Baba.
have to. Go on, Baba.
I greet everyone in the house, Temple of Truth. I hail everybody. Yes, so Baba, we must move forward anyhow. You see, Baba, thank you so much. We have to thank you. At least today is Easter Eve, and you are still standing. You are just like yesterday, always there, standing with the truth.
God bless you.
That's the
wall of Gibraltar. I know they move.
That's the beauty of it. So much more respect, Baba. Keep it up. You know, I want to encourage our brothers in the Okuama rivers. And is it Delta or where? All these places that all these places that they are attacking. You see, they should not continue to live in denial, telling themselves that they are not Igbos. They are not Igbos, don't belong to East. They divide them, put them, call them South, call them Niger Delta, and go and go. You know, as far as Nigeria is concerned, anything that faces the East, they see you as Igbo.
You know.
And they will continue to treat you like an outcast. Okay? That's what they should know. Nnamdi Kanu has done a great job by sensitizing everyone, making us to know that these people, they continue. Their strength is our division. You know, that's why they cut us into Benue, cut us into Kogi, cut us into, or even they remain to cut us into Cameroon. Yes, they cut Bakassi to Cameroon now. You know, that's part of our land, you see. So I want to encourage them to come out and join the movement of liberation, IPOB. IPOB is structured in a way that if anyone is taken out today, the movement continue to go. That's the beauty of IPOB. Any one of us that is taken out, the structure is there. We have a strong structure. Okay? That's why we are calling upon them to come out and join the movement. They cannot continue to live in denial. Look at what the way their army is killing them. The army of Nigeria today, the so-called Nigerian army, T.Y. Danjuma is one of their generals who have commanded them. He told everyone that they are colluding with the terrorists. How can you cannot collude with the terrorists if you are not a terrorist? You get what I'm saying? That is the reason, because they continue to recruit Boko Haram into the Nigerian army. Since Buhari succeeded in doing that, the army they allow him as a president to recruit Boko Haram into the Nigerian army. Since then, that army does no longer belong to Nigerians. You see? And one thing everyone should know is that you must set up something to defend your ethnicity. Because Nigeria is made up of many nations. Benue is over 20 million, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they are more than a nation, two nations even. Do you understand? You know, so everyone should set up something to defend their land, because Nigeria army has been infiltrated with the terrorists. Look at what happened in Afghanistan, Mayegu. Do you know that because the Afghanistan army was infiltrated by the terrorists, when the terrorists were coming, the Taliban to take over, they stepped down. They couldn't fight.
The whole country army stepped down and waited for the Taliban to come in and take over. I remember.
And take over the whole country. And that's where Nigeria is heading to, Mayegu. Do you understand? Because Nigerian army cannot stand up and be doing police work, declaring people wanted. Why they are the one that is every day they are telling the nation that their bombing is a mistake. You know, there's no intelligence, there's no investigation. You just go a place and bomb a village. You know, all those things shows that Nigeria do not have an army again. Do you understand? So, and if you look
Nigerian soldiers now involved in bunkering, Navy now in bunkering, the Nigeria police now involved in kidnapping and extortion, you know, or including organ trafficking. Like, who do you actually really run to for safety in a country that is lawless? Prince Jejeman, who?
Nobody now, see? Nobody. Everybody is just on their own. If you look at the incident that happened, you showed us the luxurious bus that got burnt. You know, some of those men, Their clothes we are taking away from them. You see them, they are naked. They are not from Nigerian police station. No. You know, when the police arrest you in Nigeria, the first thing they do is to remove your clothes so that you look like a criminal. Anybody coming to station will be avoiding you. That's what they do now. You understand? That is the thing. When I was in Nigeria, they did it to me. They will remove your clothes. A responsible man, you just look like a tout. So anybody coming cannot ask you.
Is that like, because I remember that the first time they asked me to take off, you see, I was arrested in a Lukweju by police doing stop and search. All right.
Yeah.
So we bribed them and they released me. That was in Lagos. However, when I got arrested in Akwa Ibom, where 419 people, they scammed us. I think I've shared the story here before, right? And they took us from Eket to Ikot Ekmene. And from Ikot Ekmene, they were to take us to Uyo, the state capital. But when we got to Ikot Ekmene, they just told us to take off our clothes. I was wondering, I was looking at it like, why? Why do I need to take off my clothes? And they said that, take it off, you are going inside the cell. And I was like, Prince Jejeman, I think the reason why is not to make you look like a criminal, okay? Taking off your clothes, right, is for them to sort of demoralize you. Sure you get? Because the moment I took off my shirt, I just feel so little of myself. That moment I was like, what have I become? I've done nothing wrong. My spirit nearly broke. I remember. So I think they do that there and treat them that way in that place.
Let me tell you, you see, I've been to Nigerian police station and detained for almost a month. You understand?
I've not even slept overnight before. I was always lucky. People will come in and pay for me.
My ego, I've seen them from inside. You understand? What you are saying is true. The one is to demoralize you, dehumanize you,
you too.
Yes, but the main one is to make you look like a tout, so that anybody that comes to the station, instead of asking you what happened, they won't ask you. We are avoiding you. Immediately your cloth is off. No responsible person that will be pulling cloth off. You understand? And remain stark naked. Do you understand? So people automatically that comes normally that we feel for you will not even ask you anything. They will avoid. This is what they do. Do you understand? So I've been there. I've understood a lot of things that the way they treat Nigerians as if they are not a citizen. So my ego to make buttress the matter. What I was saying about the threat that Nigeria is facing. You see, you know that Buhari went to Afghanistan and gave them $1 million dollars. Yes, of Nigeria.
So now for inside newspaper, Nigerians they read them more.
Yes, now they do. Buhari regime, they do whatever. Fulani, they did whatever they like to do. You understand? But one thing they refuse to understand is that today, that action alone has made Fulani to have a stigmatization that anywhere they go, they are being a suspect. They are a suspect. People are avoiding them, and that will continue forever. You understand? That's why Tinubu must be very, very careful the way he's using all those touts, of Agbadorian.
Tribalism, they are ethnic. That's why people like me will not keep quiet. I know I'm just going to be like a drop in the ocean. Talk of the massive resources they give to these people to keep spreading these hate. For me, I won't keep quiet. Because at the end of the day, right, they are going to do more damages to the Yoruba race than what people can even imagine. And I'm from that race, and I won't pretend that I am not going to be affected. Right? So, Prince Jejeman, thank you so much. As
God usual, bless you, Baba.
You have to be the one to close the show tonight. Okay, tomorrow is another day. We will see you.
Thank you, Baba. Yeah,
thank you so
bye.
much. Have a good one. Good night.
You too, bye.
Yes. Oh, that is Prince Jejeman, by the way. My time is so up, and so is yours. And if you have been part of this all along, and you haven't really shared it or liked it or even subscribed onto my channel, please do. can still do that, okay? I am going to see you some other time. Until then, just take it easy, and you have a good night and a wonderful week.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.